Yo, Leffins, thank you, man. Back in the saddle, yeah, kinda, bro. Good to see you, man. I enjoyed hanging out with you in Gray Stream. Appreciate that. How's audio, by the way, guys? Is it okay? Game music okay? Voice okay? Yo, Grays, what's going on, brother? Hey, Grays, now that you're seeing this from a viewer perspective, not share screen, take a look, dude. Tell me if you like the UI setup. I'm really vibing with it, bro. Finally got this. Swing timers always look so ugly to me. I'm just vibing, man. When you have your UI set up nice, the buttons feel better to press. Alright, what are we doing here? We need Crossroads Supply Crate. We'll grab this one over here. Welcome back, though, guys. Welcome back, welcome back. Am I dreaming? What up, Simon? Man, a lot of people on YouTube. 57 on YouTube already. Holy shit. Hello, everybody. Hello, my friends. Much love. Much love, much love. Yeah, gonna be going over some stuff today. Just catching up with a lot of you guys. There's a chance that another like chapter with hardcore is gonna start soon. I was talking to a bunch of people today about it. I'll kind of just share what's on my mind, what we've been talking about, keep you guys like in the loop. Wrath? Nah, not even Wrath, dude. Vanilla is the Vanilla is the greatest of all time. I'm playing Wrath as well. We're clearing the content and raiding on a couple different characters, but the desire to play Vanilla has been really strong recently. I've been playing a lot of Everlook. I've been there pretty much like with the community for the last couple weeks playing there. Man, there's really a lot to go over. I've enjoyed my time on Everlook. It's been a ton of fun. I think they've done a lot right with the project. I really can't get into it, to be honest with you, because I think it's going to come to the surface kind of soon, but I'm chilling with Everlook for now. I'm having a hard time playing it. Like some stuff is gonna come out and stuff, and then we'll have to like deal with it as a community and stuff, but we'll just leave it at that. Like Classic Air is where it's at right now. I'm pretty excited playing with low MS. Low ping feels incredible. The client's butter. I got a 55 rogue on Everlook at the moment, yeah. Everlook is true vanilla. I've had a good time there, Dusty. I've had a good time there. I think Everlook did a lot right. Really enjoyed the tuning of mobs in the world. They made everything a lot chunkier, do a lot more damage. The world feels incredibly dangerous. There's a lot of custom like tuning they did there. Wall's been working his ass off. World PvP was lit. Fantastic pop on there. Well, you can't stream Everlook though, right? It's not even that. I've been streaming on a burner account on YouTube. So I've been streaming it. It's tough, man, because I want to talk about Everlook. I really do, but I honestly can't. I honestly can't, and like I just have to like completely put Everlook on pause in my mind for a little bit here. But we're kind of talking about hardcore today. And I don't really know where to start with talking about hardcore. So it's going to be kind of random. But let's think here. So SOM is ending February, right? February 14th, I think. And no one knows what the future of Vanilla is in terms of SOM 2, if there's going to be a SOM 2. Classic era servers are still running, and the hardcore community, ever since Road to Rag ended, has actually been keeping the lights on. I don't know if you guys are like keyed into it. Maybe you guys are. I've been a bit disconnected these past months. I've been playing like Vanilla normally. I've been playing Wrath, but hardcore community has kind of gotten to the point where it's too big to fail, in the sense like it's not just going to fizzle out anymore. You know, like we've already reached that point. Like there's quite a few like dedicated mods and people just playing the game, keeping the lights on. They're actually going for BWL right now on the Alliance side on Bloodsail, which is fantastic. I think they have like 80 to 100 people playing. There's a Wrath hardcore community. There's all types of stuff. They redid the add-on massively. Like, I wasn't even queued in with a lot of this stuff, but it looks fantastic. Look at this. They have achievements now. You can these achievements are tracked automatically. I can't even believe it. It's unbelievable what they've done, and they have more plans for the add-on as well. So like when you make a new character, you choose your achievements, and if you fail them, it'll tell you in game. It'll pop up in game with like a sound alert and stuff. It's unbelievable. But I have a lot of love for hardcore. Obviously, I've had like, the best times I ever had playing WoW or playing hardcore. Like the Road to Rag event was just such a roller coaster of emotions. There was so much fun, and there was so much grief, so much stress, so much joy. I just had so much fun, and you know, on SOM I duo leveled with Gray. We had the fantasy draft going. Everything was new. We had no idea if we could complete the mission or not, because you know, these weren't just normal MC values with the bosses. They scaled them up and made it way harder, right? It ended up being an incredible experience. I mean, we cleared all the dungeons together. Tactics, Tommy, Tyrannosaur, Grays, and I. Really just an awesome and memorable, like, highlight of my whole time playing WoW. And it's hard to, like, innovate on that or to go bigger. And at least in my mind, I was thinking, you know, we've pretty much done all we can do as a community, and now it's in Blizzard's hands to do hardcore servers. You know what I mean? Because we got to the point where like hardcore during SOM was scaled up to the point like so many people were streaming it. I don't think the only word I can use to describe Road to Ragnaros with Season of Mastery was surreal. It was truly surreal. Like, even people like Grays and myself and some of the hardcore people, we're not big streamers, guys. We're like mid. We're like mid-minus. Like, a couple hundred viewer Andes. Like, we're not big, but we had like fucking Shroud in there. And, what was that other dude's name? It was Summit. And like, all these huge streamers are playing, and there's 8 guild cap guilds, and Blizzard was watching. It was unbelievable. Like, how big of a splash that did. That made, you know. But we got to the point where it was scaled up so much that enforcing this like fantasy community rule set was kind of cringe, you know what I mean? Like, we're just enforcing these fantasy rules, but we had to, you know, try to protect the players best we could. And we had a lot of pushback, if you remember, like the appeals and all that. But anyway, so much racing through my mind right now, so it's hard to make sense of it all. But I do think Season of Mastery 2 is going to come out. Does anybody in the chat feel like it's not going to come out? I feel like it is going to come out. It's going to take some time. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. Could be over a year away. Honestly. But we should do our best effort to try to push for hardcore servers or additional hardcore support for this game mode that a lot of us love, either to play as mainly or just to play on this as a side project. I'm not like such a hardcore Andy that I'm incapable of playing the game normally. Honestly, I love playing the game normally. I probably like playing the game normally more than I like playing the game hardcore, to be honest. Like, especially with Vanilla, I love Vanilla. It's just so fun to play normally. But with that said, I mean, hardcore is just fantastic. There's so much content that can be made through it. There's so many just cool interactions in the game. It just changes everything up, right? And we should push for it. So I was chilling on Gray's stream today. He kind of coerced me into making another guy in Classic Era because Everlook's been weighing heavy on my mind. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun, man. So we've been talking, a few of us, into, you know, the future of hardcore and what we can kind of do. Hardcore has always been kind of an open source platform. you know, a lot of people say like you know, I started it or whatever, and like there's some truth in that, but it doesn't. It's very like flat, the whole management of it. Like there's just people kind of do what they want with it as long as they're like respectful with it. Like there's no like hierarchy really, you know what I mean? So people can run their own events, just do whatever they want, and just, you know, have fun with the game. But what is this? I need to drink like a sap there or something to see the guy, right? Yeah. But I think we're gonna try to make a push, guys. I think we're gonna try to make a push and try to get a lot of pop going again on Era. And it's not, we're not going to be on some copium like this is going to be the next road to Ragnaros. I honestly think that next chapter for hardcore, for it to truly be like huge and awesome and like become the next level, it really requires like that additional Blizzard support, right? Whether it be like a hardcore layer or a hardcore server, which would be so sick. I mean, I had this thought today. Does anybody here know what NoPixel is? NoPixel is a GTA RP community, and I think a hardcore server could kind of be like the NoPixel of WoW in a way. I don't understand it completely, but my takeaways with NoPixel is it's just like this really fun and interesting place. It's invite only on NoPixel, which the hardcore server wouldn't be, but you guys remember Road to Rag, right? It was like watching a TV show, and that's kind of what NoPixel was like. It's like almost like watching a TV show with all these characters and stuff, and hardcore is kind of like RP in a way. Because you're not like normal metagaming. But this could be such a sick server. We get lots of creators to like come to the server and play and roll hardcore characters. And I feel like if we wait until Psalm 2 is announced, it might be too late. Because the roadmap for the servers might already be fire sap. Oh, it's been a second since I've done this. I think I drink the sap at the rock, I think. Okay. It might be too late if we wait until Psalm 2 is announced. The roadmap for the server might already be like in place, you know what I mean? So if that is possibly the case, we probably should make a push right now to get some hardcore Andes back playing again on Era. And some people are gonna push for BWL, that's great. Wish them all the best. But let's try to build up some muscle again on Era. And get the conversation going with Blizzard ahead of time while Psalm 2 is in its infancy. While it's still like blank canvas and they're thinking about what to do with it. Really try to show them, hey, there's a lot of people, like, we really love Vanilla. Like, it's the best game ever. Like, and look how many of us are like interested in hardcore and Vanilla. And that'll probably give us our best shot at some sort of additional hardcore support. Yo, what's up, Nomad? How we doing, man? Defeat the minor manifestation. Turn in the qualifier. Oh, I turned it in up here too. Sorry, I'm very bad at multitasking. I'm trying to like organize my thoughts. How you doing, Nomad? Hardcore is all RP for me. I love Vanilla. Is this Everlook? No, this is not Everlook. I'm playing Everlook as well. I got a 55 rogue, but I can't even talk about Everlook right now. Like, it has been super fun. I think they've done a ton right. Put a 1 in the chat if you are playing Everlook.
Yeah.
Inventory is full.
Hello, man.
I really enjoyed the tuning on the mobs. They made it a lot harder. They made the dungeon cleave XP a bit less, but you still want to do dungeons. It's that perfect balance. The tuning in the world and just the pacing of the content. It's this perfect balance where you're frustrated and you're exhausted and you're traumatized being out in the world. It's very hard to complete quests, and you want to band together with other players. You feel faction pride. You feel hatred towards the other faction because they're just fucking with you all the time. The one thing with Everlook that is a bit scuffed. Well, there's more, but this is just one aspect of it, is that the progressive itemization, I'm not really a fan of it overall, to be honest. It kind of just makes the game have less there to start. It's still totally fine and playable and stuff. I think the main benefit of progressive itemization is that the rank gear isn't putting the server on a clock, right? If you have the rank gear available from the jump and people are like a few weeks in starting to like rank out and get rank 10, 11, 12, getting full PvP sets, getting weapons and stuff, it just invalidates so much gear. Gear is just cut out of the game and there's kind of no point. Where I'd like to see a a server where they don't have progressive itemization, except for the PvP gear. The PvP gear just gets buffed later. Fat Rogue, holy moly, nice. This Saturday MC Horde farm run, bro. What up, Jacob? What up, James? What is the new chapter? We're getting into it. Place the glowing ember. Sorry, I'm pretty new to the game, but my goal. Oh, flame. Okay, back to Cranial Fist, got it. Going back to the Barrens, get some zebra hooves. But the more and more I play WoW, guys, and the more, like, we've all played TBC now, we've all getting a pretty good taste of Wrath. You have an appreciation of all the different versions of the game. And I feel like if we went into Kata, we'd probably find ways to appreciate that too. Like a second time run. Everything hits different like a second time. TBC was a lot of fun. Wrath was a lot of fun. But I still maintain that no version of the game is like vanilla. Like it's not even close, right? No other version of the game had an emphasis on consumables and buffs. And no other version of the game made all the zones feel like important and like all tied together in a way. And it's a little bit I've been saying for a while now, where like vanilla is World of Warcraft, where, you know, anything past vanilla, even starting with TBC, is kind of just Warcraft. It's kind of like retail. So there's vanilla and there's retail. It's not to say retail is bad, like that's just an entirely different vibe and experience, you know what I mean? But starting with TBC and onwards, you're kind of just sitting in cities, right? Getting summoned where you need to go. Don't really have much of a desire to go out into the open world and farm much. You can just live in instances, whether it's BGs or arenas or raids. And like the emphasis on consumables, it's kind of there, but it's really just not the same. It's a hollow husk of what it was in vanilla. We could sit here for the next 8 hours and talk about how awesome vanilla is, but my overall point is I love vanilla. This is really the one version of the game that I'm extremely passionate about. Still enjoy the other versions of the game, and it's been nice to kind of realize that about myself. And I want to go to bat for vanilla. I want to be there for every vanilla fresh, and just try to like be like a, an ardent defender of vanilla. Kind of keep the legacy of the game going, right? And explain. I see like vanilla like a fine wine that just like gets better with time in a way. And you need to be able to like explain what there is to appreciate it about necessarily, because it's easy to look at the game and think it's, just objectively worse in a lot of ways. How often should a vanilla fresh come up? I'm a big Psalm believer, man. I like the 1 year timeline. 2 year timeline. I don't have all the answers, man, but if you look at all the vanilla playthroughs, I mentioned this on Gray's stream earlier, you get to BWL, there's a pretty good drop-off in players, but people are still excited to be there in BWL, the gear's really fun and stuff. Once you get to AQ, the server really starts like...
Your online presence was sorely missed. Can you give us an overall update? Have you been playing regularly?
Yo, Jeff Hill, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that. Matkin, Hero with the raid. Matkin with the prime. Thank you so much, guys. Much love. I appreciate you guys being here. Yeah, absolutely. I'll give you an update. I have been playing regularly. I've been finding it hard to stream because I'm a dad now. Like, been running the business like Rested XP with Tactics in the gang, and that's been going really good. But yeah, sometimes you're just in a funk too, and like it's hard to just find the motivation to do stuff sometimes. So I've been here, boys. Like I've been DJing playing WoW this whole time. Like I love the game. I love Classic. Thankful for all the years we've had together. Getting into all the different things we've gotten into. Yeah, life is good. Same daily existential crisis. The years just melting by, the weeks melting by. A day literally feels like nothing. It just goes by in 2 blinks. A week goes by in 2 blinks.
Speak, friend.
A month goes by in 2 blinks. But other than that, everything's good. Love the holiday season, best time of the year. Been playing some Everlook recently. I was there on launch. I've been doing some podcasts over there. I've been... it's tough, man, because I do feel a lot of passion towards the Everlook project. I was, doing some podcasts with Vincent and and San Medina and some of the smaller creators over there really reminded me a lot, and it kind of like rekindled my passion for Vanilla, seeing how Everlook was unfolding, and some of the smaller creators there who were like kind of keep carrying the torch. But it's tough, man. I'm in a weird spot right now where I can't really, I don't want to talk about it until like X, Y, or Z happens. But I've been playing Wrath. We're on Sky Fury. That's another thing. The Fresh server, it's going okay. Fresh Wrath is going okay. I think a lot of us thought that it would keep up with Benediction and Fairlina. It'd be like, you know, a really popular server all the way through. There was going to be, you know, tens of thousands of Warmane players coming into these Fresh servers, and it'd still be massive and just have a lot of players there. When, at least from my perspective, the reality of Fresh servers are they've been following the normal trajectory of server life and death. Let's just put it that way. Like, there's tons of players falling off, and I think in a lot of ways the Fresh servers are in a bad position because now it just feels like a normal server, Sky Fury. But, you know, you can't boost there, you can't GDKP there because people are really like anti-GDKP there, and people feel like you're going to get banned there, and the whole culture is against it. And I don't know, it's basically like a regular server but with limitations. So we're hanging in there as a guild. We're dealing with the recruiting boss. We're running 3 raids a week and clearing all the content and stuff. So deep into the phase 1 blues. Vanilla ambience music hits so good. Hell yeah. I just have so much love for this game, and I know you guys too. I really want the best for it. It has nothing to do with money or clout or anything. I straight up, I'm just a vanilla 112 built diff enjoyer. Like, all the zones, the music, the ambience. It's like a legacy that hopefully all of us want to keep going and, like, you know, get new players interested in it and enjoying it and stuff. And stuff like that. So just keeping the torch lit, having some people that still go to bat for it, and pushing to try to keep, you know, servers going, and keep content, podcasts, and people talking about the game, still being students to the game, trying to learn to understand. Because in my mind, unless you played both factions, you played all the classes, you've raided through all the tiers, you've done hardcore. There's so much to do that I don't really buy it when people say, "Oh, I beat Vanilla. You know, I did it." You know, I know they're all. I know all there is to know about it. I mean, there's so much here, right? Even just from the leveling perspective, doing speed runs or just like hardcore runs. I will debate anybody that Vanilla has just as much to do in it as Wrath or Retail or whatever else. But yeah, just to kind of go back to the root of it, where a new chapter might be beginning with hardcore, just to fill some of the people that are like trickling in here and stuff. A lot of people have started to get back into hardcore. You guys have probably seen some of it. Even people like Parlay, even Ampi, the dude who I thought would never return. He was raid leader for Ritrag. He's playing right now, man. He's playing a crafting only paladin, and there's an achievement to help track that. Like, this add-on is bananas. I don't think you guys. I might just leave it up on the stream so people can see this. They've fleshed it out a lot, guys. This little Death Knight tab, I don't know what that's about. Achievements, this stuff is automatically tracked in game. I mean, we were really proud of just building out the string technology so that get to the point where we can, you know, have accountability with characters and stuff. Now they have built-in achievement system. They're building a leaderboard soon. Kind of insane, man. But Ampi's back, you know, Gray's back. Nom Nom's been playing Nom Nom's with the 19 max level characters. Winky's back. And this has been happening for the past weeks. People have just been gravitating back to for really for no reason. It's just kind of happening naturally, to be honest with you. But now we're thinking about Psalm 2. Psalm is wrapping up in February. Who knows how long it's going to be until the announcement and then the server actually goes live with Psalm 2. We should try to push for a hardcore server or a hardcore toggle. And we have some inroads with Blizzard. We're not the biggest deals, you know, ever or anything like that. But we do have a few allies at Blizzard that we've met along the way. And it's about that time to send it, you know, to really try to push it and try to have those conversations with them so they can at least say no. You know, we got to shoot our shot as a community, and I think doing so ahead of time before they make any announcement about Psalm 2 is actually really good when it's still really in its infancy. Building up a really solid community on Classic Era that sticks out like a sore thumb. How sick would that be? This Classic Era is dead pretty much, right? Maybe not dead. I think White Main has the biggest Classic Era population. There are still people raiding and stuff there. But, you know, we could probably get up to 1,000 players or something on Era playing hardcore. We don't have to have some big grandiose vision or plan for it, like go for Road to Rag. Some people are trying to go for BWL, and that's great, but try to show that there is a demand for hardcore. Pretty much, even people who are not hardcore Andes at all, I talk to them, even people like Azimus, who I've gotten to know a lot recently. Azimus, you guys know Azimus, right? He does the What Look a Hype videos and all that. Awesome dude. Really just humble, genuine. He loves vanilla as well. So much. And we've been duo leveling together on Everlook. Duo leveling undead dagger rogues. And that's been a ton of fun. But he was like, man, only way I'd come back and play Psalm is if they did hardcore. Hardcore server, hardcore toggle. But we've also, just put it this way, like, you know, with Rested XP and yeah, we've met a lot of streamers over the last months and years and worked with a lot of streamers and stuff, and I think we could make a big push for Psalm 2. Let's say Blizzard was able to do some sort of additional hardcore support. I think we could kind of sound the alarm bells, and you got a lot of people interested.
What you need.
I know that that in music is triggering you guys into a nostalgia-filled rage. You guys are quickly resubscribing, scrambling to battle.net. Should clean up the inventory a bit. Gotta turn in leaders to the Fang.
Glad I could help.
I was wondering if you ever tried a private server regarding HC. Turtle WoW, I heard Turtle WoW runs a pretty good one. They actually have built up quite a bit of infrastructure around it. Like you get a mount when you get max level and stuff. But I personally haven't. No. What's your prediction for the Psalm 2 announcement? My prediction, gun to my head, is they would announce it around like Trial of the Crusader or something. I think it's copium to think Psalm 2 is launching soon. Some people think that Psalm 1 is ending February and like March we're gonna be playing Psalm 2. I don't mean to piss in everyone's Kool-Aid, but I just don't think there's any shot of that happening. Like, they need to announce it and take their time with it. They probably learned with Psalm 1 that the biggest detriment of Psalm 1 was timing. People weren't... I mean, I was ready for vanilla. I'm always ready for vanilla. I'm bricked up. I just hear about fresh vanilla, I'm there. But not everybody's, you know, a built diff 112 enjoyer. Like, they needed some time. They just were playing vanilla, and Psalm came out too early for them. So, timing was a big thing for them. So they're probably going to announce it Trial of the Crusader, and then towards the end of Wrath, I would imagine Psalm 2 would come out. We might be over a year away, but here's the thing as well. You guys remember the hype before Classic? Circa 2017, 2018. The hype is almost better than the actual thing, man. People are really hyped up and motivated to play when they feel like they're fighting for something and when they feel like something's coming. When there's something to look forward to. Once you finally get to the destination and you're there, a lot of times it almost feels worse than or less fun than the hype leading up to it. And there's a lot of truth in that with regard to Classic. So I think like right now, if we got a pulse going back on Era again, we start to bolster up our ranks on both Horde and Alliance and start getting a community together. We don't have to have some big grandiose vision, but this can just be like Psalm 2 waiting room, right? And we're just here to kind of hang out, make friends, play some hardcore, you know, do some dungeons, and just chill out, enjoy the add-on, do some achievement runs, do all that. I think it's good. I think it's good. And Vanilla is just an amazing game. It's an incredible game to just relax to. And we'll do it ahead of time and really try to get that conversation going with Blizzard, and then try to be there right at the early earliest discussions of Psalm 2 and just try to send it. Just shoot our shot and try to make the best case we can possible for some sort of additional hardcore support. Keep in mind, for Psalm, they had a buff, man. They had a buff that I know for a fact we played a large role in influencing their decision to make that Soul of Iron buff. You know what I mean? They put achievements in the game. Survivor of their Fire Lord, Survivor of all the tiers. All that stuff was put in, and if you look at... I forgot what it was. Maybe you guys remember. There was some... They were talking about Wrath or something. And, you know, Holly and Ian. They were talking about Psalm and Road to Rag and stuff. They were talking about it affectionately. Like it was the highlight of Season of Mastery. You know what I mean? So I think the narrative is set up there where they feel like it was a positive thing, and now the ball's in their court and they can do it and offer a little more support. Air has a decent pop now, albeit not huge. The infrastructure for HC is already there. Yeah. There's a ton of infrastructure. And the game, I mean, even right now as we speak, there's a couple thousand people, I would say, playing across all the different versions. There's people playing Wrath Hardcore on NA, Wrath Hardcore on EU. There's people playing Psalm Hardcore. There's people playing Era Hardcore in both Alliance and Horde. I guess that's it. But what are we doing again?
Keep it real.
We gotta turn in... We need to get Crescent Staff. Let's just get Crescent Staff.
Time is money, friend. Hurry back.
Since you like hardcore or death equals delete only modes, have you tried this aspect in other genres like the Stalker series? There are mods that can do the same, almost free to play anomaly mod. Never even tried Stalker or anything like that. I'm just like a brainwashed vanilla WoW enjoyer. Like, it's so hard for me to play any other game because I still haven't moved on from WoW for some reason, even after all these years. You know, when that time comes, I'm sure it'll be easy. You know, there's so many other great games to play. But I don't know, man. For some unknown reason, the game still hits. Been playing Diablo 2 Resurrected hardcore. I've tried D2R. Yeah, D2R is dope. Is this Everlook? No, I got a 55 rogue on Everlook named Cargo's Undead Rogue. And I've been enjoying the hell out of Everlook. It's been extremely fun. The worst thing about Everlook for me on a personal level, and some of you might be up against it as well as NA players there, is the ping. The ping, I've never had an issue with ping. I always thought people that complained about ping, they were kind of being whiny or complaining, you know, and I'm just complaining about it now. It feels absolutely miserable. Playing on 150 ping as a rogue, it's rough, man. I'll sit there with like my kidney shot or something and it's highlighted. It looks like the ability's going through and I'm just walking right next to the guy I'm supposed to kidney shot for like 3-4 seconds and it's not going off. It feels really nice to play on Bloodsail right now. Just crispy ping, like 30 ms. You have a look at your ping there. I think Rogue is probably a class that suffers, probably the class that suffers the most from it, right? Even Mage can get away with a lot more because you're casting and stuff. You don't always have to be up in melee range, and you don't have to like tripling kite people and stuff. You think Wrath will be dead soon and everybody's going back to vanilla? I don't know, man. I think WoW. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about WoW in general right now? Is WoW still an MMO that's dying and trending downward in a bad direction? Is everyone just dooming and glooming on it? I feel like WoW's in a pretty good spot right now. I've never seen hype for retail like I've seen for Dragonflight. I feel like we've been there as classic Andes. We've watched a lot of our own kind get excited for retail and try out Shadowlands and BFA. I've never seen it to this degree. I have so many guildies that are just so excited about Dragonflight, and they really believe it's like this renaissance for WoW. It's going to turn it all around. It's going to plug all the holes in the sinking ship, and it's going to be awesome. And I'm trying not to be a hater about it, man. I mean, if they enjoy it, there's a lot to like in retail. Like, I played it a bit, just doing testing and stuff for our Rest XP guys and stuff. And there's some beautiful zones in there. I feel like if Classic wasn't the thing, if we didn't have Classic to enjoy, and also there was no private servers to enjoy, which is a tall ask, if both of those things weren't there, I'd probably play retail. And I'd probably enjoy it and be into Mythic and Arena and all that stuff. Probably what I do, but, you know, we have Classic. We have private servers that are rolling new freshes and stuff like that, so. But to get back to my overall point, I think WoW's in a pretty good spot right now. There's a ton of hype for Dragonflight. Millions of players are playing Dragonflight as we speak. Wrath is apparently doing better than TBC. I don't know if that's still the case, but we were at TwitchCon going to this little Blizzard meetup, and they had a bunch of hors d'oeuvres, and it actually wasn't even hors d'oeuvres, it was really good food. In San Diego, we were talking to some of the Blizz guys, Warnak and Kaivax, and they're making a case that Wrath has higher participation numbers across the board, and they're pretty happy with Wrath. So I think Wrath's doing pretty good. There's a lot of excitement for Dragonflight. Yeah. I think Dragonflight will be like Mob, good expect. The theme isn't really as flashy as Wrath. My prediction on the future of Classic WoW, and I don't want to be too black-pilled about this, but my prediction for Classic WoW is they will do Kata. They will do Kata, and a lot of people will give it a shot because they're going to think, oh, a lot of my friends are playing it. You know, things hit different the second time around. Maybe it's not so bad. It's not going to feel like the world has been sundered and destroyed because you still have the ability to play the old world anytime you want in Classic, etc., etc. And they're going to give Kata a shot. But I think Kata is going to be the end of Classic, if I had to guess. I think overall, once the dust settles with Kata Classic, the player base is going to be tiny. There's just nowhere near the same amount of nostalgia and love that people associate with Cataclysm that they did with the original trilogy. No shot. No shot. It's going to feel like when you're playing Kata Classic, it's just going to feel like you're playing budget retail. I kind of hope I'm wrong because I love Classic. I just love WoW in general, and I hope it's successful. But that's my prediction right now. I think they're going to give Kata a shot, and they're going to be kind of disappointed with the results. It's going to be like just Season of Mastery servers at that point. What are we doing here? Yeah. The staff. I think GDKPs keep Classic alive. I don't know if they didn't exist. I think it'd be pretty dead. I'll tell you what, though, man. Everlook, the idea that there are real GMs perma-banning RMT and destroying bots en masse and real people being there and having enough of them to handle it, all of that is a really strong pull, and it's really refreshing, man. Have you guys ever heard that quote? I forgot who said it, but the developers of a game have a responsibility to protect the players from themselves. I think that's so based. And there's a lot of us just don't have that much... Well, I mean, some of us do have a lot of time because we work from home and stuff, but... You know, a lot of us are getting older, right, and have disposable income. People are going to swipe Giga, and they're going to pay for this and that service and all this, and if you can really create the feeling that stuff is being, you know, frowned upon and you're getting permabanned, and they also banned GKP on Everlook. That's a really strong pull, man.
To speak? May the eternal sun shine upon.
But you know, Blizzard servers are really not like that, obviously. But I feel pretty torn, man, because the more and more I play WoW, both private server and Blizzard servers, I've realized how bad the botting and gold selling situation it is. It feels like nobody can control it, honestly. I don't know if anybody can. I don't think Blizzard, multi-billion-dollar company, can. I think a server's on a clock, and that's why you need Fresh to be the great reset, the great equalizer. Blizzard can't do it. Private servers can't do it. Nobody can do it. The bots are unstoppable. The gold selling is unstoppable. And you're either going to have to come up with new tools and new systems to ban this stuff. But it's just unstoppable forces. So, I mean, Fresh is the great equalizer, you know what I mean? If the servers are cyclical and it just resets all the momentum on there. A hardcore server as well wouldn't have bots. And it wouldn't have gold selling. No shot. Maybe people would try, but they would be sorely disappointed, right? So that's one angle of it that makes a pretty strong case for hardcore servers. I quit Wrath because it feels like retail, but TBC felt the same, man. That's what I'm saying. World of Warcraft, vanilla WoW, feels like a world. I've talked about this so much, right? But every single zone in both Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms, I challenge you right now, chat, find a zone that's unimportant out of all the zones. I bet you we could figure out a way why you want to go there at any level, like whether it's max level or while you're leveling up. Every zone has like impact And there's reasons to be in every zone, even at max level. You know what I mean? You're at max level, you're still farming magic dust in Westfall, or you're going to STV to get the Holy Spring Water, or to get jungle remedies, or let me look at just a random zone. Tirisfal Glades. Why would you be in Tirisfal Glades at max level? Maybe if you're leveling up, herbalism again, and you're trying to go into Silver Pine and do it that way. Oh no, Slumber Sand. You can get Slumber Sand off the coast here at max level. But trying to make a concise point here, but it feels like in any other version of the game outside of vanilla WoW, all the zones in the world just don't matter. They're just irrelevant. It doesn't really feel, you don't feel compelled to go to any of these zones pretty much ever. Just sit, just get summoned, forehead. SM to farm, exactly. Ajara? Oh, dude, Ajara has a ton of stuff to do, man. Ajara is a phenomenal zone. Great places to farm. Yeah, tons of dream foil and herbs. Just an absolute ton of stuff. Sorry, baby crying in the back. Can't be helped. What up, Zerka? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, we're gonna go.
How may I aid you?
Back to Crossroads.
Ancestors watch over you.
Vanilla is just too good. After vanilla, the game is not worth. It is worth, bro, but it's just a different vibe, at least for me. One's in the chat if you're enjoying Wrath. Or how, you guys enjoyed TBC as well, right? They're both fun versions of the game as well, but you're pressing the Q button, you're queuing up arena, you're queuing up 5s with the boys, you're doing 2s or 3s, you're doing your raids, you're going through the motions. Let's give thoughts on Wrath, man. Like, Wrath right now, it's only phase 1, so it might be too early to say, because Ulduar is going to come out, and that's going to be there's going to be a lot more challenge there. There's going to be heroic difficulty. But as it stands right now in Nax, the gear is almost like it's so plentiful in Nax. Wrath just screams quality of life across the board. If you think about it, when you raid in Wrath of the Lich King right now, you make gold. You're not at a negative, you know what I mean? You don't really have that whole perception of farming up a ton of consumes so that you can afford the raid and get in there with buffs and get all prepped up and ready to go. And really the sky being the limit as far as how strong you want to be in that raid. That's really just not there in the same way that it is in vanilla. In Wrath, you make money. There's a few things you can pop on yourself, flask and food buff, but you have feasts, right? It just screams quality of life. You go through Nax, you clear the whole thing, like 70 pieces of gear drop, There's, what is it, 13, 14 bosses, 3 or 4 pieces of loot drop from each. You do Obsidian, Sanctum, and Eye. It just feels like there's gear overload. You don't really feel, at least at this stage of the game, maybe Ulduar will be different, but the gear's not really too exciting. It just drops all the time, and you get it, and that's that, and everybody's just decked out. So there's that. I mean, dual spec is really, 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 really nice, but on Everlook, they had 5 gold as the max reset cost for respec, at least in 1.2. I think that changes later on, and that's been really nice. Been enjoying that. It almost feels like dual spec in a way. But Wrath, the other thoughts on Wrath, feedback on Wrath. What do you guys think? Arena in Wrath? Arena in Wrath has been a bit underwhelming for me personally. I think a lot of people are having fun with it. There are some really fun abilities, but the gear isn't too good, right? The PvP gear is kind of cheeks. It's worse than Nax gear. Like the weapons and stuff, like it doesn't really feel that worth it to try to get those. The 2s meta is it's kind of a bit boring right now. The games just drag on forever, and a lot of times maybe I just suck, I don't know, but it's okay. I'm kind of a 2s Andy, for some reason I love 2s a lot, so I think 3s and 5s are like probably really fun, but I enjoy 2s a lot, and it's been kind of okay. Arena and TBC was way more hype because it was brand new. Yeah. Put RBGs in Wrath. Yeah, that could have been fun, for sure. 5 int versus 3 int, and it's 20 armor. I like mine better. Oh, we're doing Baron Longshore, okay. So I'm doing something interesting. I'm going Sword and Board Shaman. I'm getting Ghost Wolf at 20, so I'm going to start putting points in this.
Loktar.
And my plan on this guy is to try to tank a bunch of dungeons as a Shaman tank and see how far. Even if I'm not tanking it, there's a lot of value to just being beefy and hardcore. And I think it's just going to be a vibe, a Shaman with a shield. So we'll try it out. And here's my whole thing. You guys know like the opportunity cost of using different weapons. So for example, like if you're a sword spec rogue and you want to use a dagger or something, the dagger, there's almost no way the dagger could be better than any sword because you'd be missing that whole sword spec stuff, right? Or if like, let's say your axe spec is a warrior and you find like a sicko mace that you want to equip, but you're missing 5 crit. There's almost no way that that weapon could be better than the 5 crit. I'm trying to think to see if that's the case, maybe with Shaman and Shield. So like you're going down the enhanced tree. This talent is like one of the weakest talents in the game. This right here, this Ancestral Knowledge, 5 talent points or 5% mana is just absolutely cheeks. So you get shield specs, you get 5% extra block on your shield, and it increases the amount of block by 25%. So it's kind of like a little budget readout. So I'm trying to factor this in with the opportunity cost of going two-hander. You know what I mean? And we'll just see how it feels ultimately. We'll just try to level with the shield. I'll be able to equip this in a couple levels. So I get Stinging Viper. I got pretty lucky in my one Wailing Caverns run. I got this Mutant Scale Breastplate, which Graves was telling me I'm going to use at 40. Then we have Stinging Viper and this shield that we're going to equip kind of soon. And we got Crescent Staff to hold us over for a bit, so it's going to be pretty fun. Earthshock and Rockbiter. Shaman tank. Yeah, I mean, that's the crazy thing about Vanilla as well. I almost feel like because there's no resilience in Vanilla, and even on the PvE side, I feel like there's more flexibility in Vanilla than in other versions of the game, but maybe it's just because I know more about Vanilla. Like, I feel like if you really wanted to, you could make a class able to tank, or play some role in Raid and get like a little more creative with the classes. It feels like a little bit less like templated. I think SM on a Shaman, a good amount. It totally works. Yeah, I've never really done that myself. Like tried to make a Shaman tank, so that'll be pretty fun. We'll see. I might just die in like 2 levels. Yo, do you have your old videos of leveling? Seems like a lot are gone. Yeah.
Talk to me.
A lot are unlisted VODs. I think I still have a good amount of them today. I was trying to go back and watch our Road to Rag leveling today, and I wasn't able to, even though I saw the VOD there. Okay, so I'm gonna get our favorite item right here. Long John Mud Snapper, the cheapest, most amazing, efficient food in the game. Let's buy a couple stacks of that.
Keep it real.
Pick up Guns of Northwatch, why not? But I'll tell you what, after playing on the Everlook values, I feel like I'm playing Som right now on Era. Everything is dying so fast. The pacing feels incredible. I can't even imagine what Som feels like. But I do feel like Everlook did a lot right. If you think about it, what Everlook is from a top-down perspective is it's progressive itemization. It's a 1x server, but the mobs are tuned way up. The dungeons are tuned way up, so everything is just way harder. So in reality, you're kind of probably leveling at like 0.7x. You have real GMs, in theory. Permaban on RMT, in theory. You don't have Dire Maul on launch. Dungeon Set 2 is not out on launch. I think Streamline encapsulates any expansion of WoW. Keyword on expansion, though, right? Yeah. I don't know if you guys feel me on that, though. I feel like World of Warcraft is vanilla, then anything past that is kind of just like a variation of retail. How many different classes have you fully leveled in hardcore? Let's see. Rogue, Warrior, Hunter, Rogue, Warrior, 2 Hunters. Yeah, I think it's just Rogue, Warrior, and 2 Hunters. I'm trying to think if I did a Paladin. I got a Warlock to like 58 and never finished it. I still have it on Som. Or it might have been Arrow. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I don't have too many. Died a lot. Yo, what's up, Steve? If you like Vanilla so much, why do you do Why do you do this heavily custom UI? Is it heavily custom though? I think it's kind of minimalist, right? I mean, I'm using the default frames. I mean, I have a questing add-on. I just have a basic swing timer and I have an XP bar. That's it. I don't think it's too heavily custom. The Troopy GCD thing in the middle is just to like show the, you know, the rotation if it's at all interesting to people. Oh, I got the Searing Totem. Searing Totem down somewhere. Hey, what's up, Kira? How we doing? What now? Hardcore still going strong in Season of Mastery? Not so much. I mean, Season of Mastery still has some presence. I know that. But yeah, for all the new folks tuning in, we're letting out a mini world buff. We're dropping a War Chief's Blessing right now. We're trying to get people going again on Classic Era. We want to stay ahead of the curve with the Psalm 2 conversation and just trying to start bolstering the ranks up a bit ahead of the time so we can like try to make a push and shoot our shot, essentially. Let's shoot our shot as a community with Blizzard and see maybe they'll throw us a bone. I think there's a pretty good chance. I think there's a pretty good chance they will. Feel free. If you think it's copium, say something. We can talk about it. It's kind of a fun thing to talk about, but you know, Road to Rag, looking back on it, was probably like the highlight of Season of Mastery for a lot of people. Probably for Blizzard. When they saw like peak player numbers. And in their mind, hopefully, like Soul of Iron was a success to putting that in. So, man, try to send it, man. Hopefully, try to get some additional support, even just a layer. Where, like, imagine you get Soul of Iron at the city, and it just puts you in your own layer, and the only people in that layer are other people with Soul of Iron. And that when you die, it seems like Blizzard might be kind of against of just deleting your character on like instantly. Like maybe they don't like that. I think it's bad. You could just get removed from that layer, you know. I'm down to do some hardcore again. Yeah, word. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be some big thing. Like, it's... I don't know if I'm, like, mentally or, like, physically, like, willing or prepared or ready to try to do some big Road to Rag thing right now. It's not kind of like that, but let's vibe out on Classic Era in our free time, you know what I mean? Kind of raid logging, kind of deep into Phase 1. Even when Ulduar comes out, what's really going to change, man, than how it is right now? You're still going to log in 2-3 hours, clap out all the content, and then you're done. You're done for the week, right? What else are you gonna do? There's no really world in Wrath to like go and interact with. I think we can take all three. Let's try to give it a shot. Probably gonna be similar, even with Ulduar is out. I mean, there'll be more to do. Like, shit. Where can we find out info about hardcore? The site's still up. It's classichc.net. There's quite a lot of infrastructure with it now too. I mean, it started off. If some of you remember, hardcore started off pretty much completely just manual. Like everyone just had to stream everything, and that was our only accountability that we had. Now there's a straight up like robust add-on that tracks achievements. When you make your character, you can go through all these achievements and select the ones that you want to go for, and then there's a button somewhere that says Begin Adventure. You click Begin Adventure, and then the add-on will track those achievements for you. It's kind of nice. There's also an HC tab. I don't really know what it does, but you just hit C, and then over on the right there's an HC tab, and this shows, I guess, just active achievements. Blah blah blah. Is anybody playing Alliance right now on Bloodsail? How many people are online right now? If you were to give tips to someone who wanted to try HC, what would you say? Like, some not so obvious things. I mean, like, don't pull 20 mobs. If you want to try to play HC, I wouldn't really give you any tips in terms of, like, how to be successful with it. It'd be more of, like, mentality stuff. They'd be like, don't be discouraged when you die. Like, you're pretty much gonna die. Just, you kind of have to like, just approach it differently. You're gonna die. Try to do a little bit better each time, and try to look. This will make you enjoy it a lot more, especially if you're new to it. Try to think about how your approach to the game is changing as a result of it being a one life type of thing. Because I think if you try to do that and you approach it from that perspective, you try to think of like, what is changing about my approach, my build, my play style, even just the way I'm pulling mobs and stuff. What about it is changing due to me having one life? You'll start to kind of like appreciate things, and it'll be more fun and stuff like that. I'm in terms of like tangible tips, probably just go engineering, get target dummies. Probably the number one get out of jail free card for like any class. Yo, Jim Boston, thank you so much. 26 months, appreciate that, brother. Yeah, I remember you, one of my earliest and longest supporters. It's great to see a lot of like, you know, old familiar faces in here. Is Psalm 2 finally out? No, but it's coming out most likely. And you know, if we get on Era right now and start to build up the community again, like that's something we can look forward to, right? Always having something you can look forward to is nice. Keeps people like motivated to play, and it feels like you're fighting for something. You know what I mean? And think about how sick that would be if they actually do hardcore servers and it feels like a massive win for the community, right? And it's possible, man. It's possible. Hey, how we doing, Stacy? Yeah, I've been playing Everlook. I actually made like a burner channel that I've been streaming it on YouTube. Been leveling a rogue over there. First time I ever made a rogue on a server. Yo, McDella Gold with the Prime as well. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. Appreciate that. McDella, welcome, welcome. Bro, I tried Warrior in HC and got humbled quickly. Bro, I kind of wish we could have the Everlook values, though, for Era, man. I'm telling you, that would be sick. People getting 1v1 by plane striders. Like, Era right now feels kind of easy. It's like it's like if you played on Everlook, it's like you were running around with ankle weights and like a chest plate on, you know what I mean? You're just like jogging around with that. You go play on Era. Era is supposed to be slow compared to Psalm. You come on here, it feels like you're taking the weights off and you're just flying. The mobs are just crumbling. Unit scan's going off. Can't see the little pop-up for it though. I think it's going off because of Barren Longshore. Oh yeah, there it is. Barren Longshore. Mobs are built different Everlook, exactly, and the dungeons too. You don't get as much dungeon XP. They still have the buffer HC. No Soul of Iron buff on Era, which is almost kind of good in a way, man, because it goes back to the old days where we just had the add-on. Because if you guys remember, did anybody here play Road to Rag at all, or like, you know, play a hardcore character before? You remember there was some drama, right? If people didn't have the buff, people didn't want to group with you because they thought, you know, you wouldn't get that achievement, like the Survivor of the Fire Lord, and it made a lot of weird interactions. People were having more faith in the buff than in the add-on and stuff like that. And if somebody did die and, like, you know, to a griefer or something and appealed it, like, there would kind of be like some low-key people didn't want to play with them because they didn't have the buff, and kind of nice when on the buff. But if we had to do another Road to Rag, we'd have to do the appeals again. I know people hated it, man. We just had to do it. That's why, man, they just need to do a hardcore server or a hardcore toggle or something, so we can stop playing fucking make-believe, you know what I mean? Like, enforcing the rule set and stuff was the most cringe part about all of it.
Missed you, Cargos. HC not the same without you.
No one really wanted to enforce the rule set, like myself included. Like, I felt cringe, like, saying, you know, you traded with this guy, you know, GG, sorry, your whole run's invalidated. Like, I don't want to do that. Nobody wants to do that. Just make a server. Just make a server so you can't respawn. That's it. You can even run around and ghost swarm or something. Yeah, it's fine. Like, and there are, I'm aware of it, there are some dimensions of the hardcore community that are kind of like culty, kind of like preachy, kind of culty, so to speak. Maybe some of you guys sense that a bit. it is what it is, man. It's a big community now at this point, so there's going to be people of all different, you know, mentalities in it. I'm with you guys. I just delete the ability to res, man. That'll change the game. Put auction house in, whatever, dude. That's it. Just keep it simple, you know? People want to grief, it's all good. They're on a hardcore server, so they're playing by the same rules, right? If they want to do that same MC bullshit in Westwall and try to, you know, gnomish helmet people and do all that, all good. If they want to kite Terramers around, all good. I'm all for it. It's a hardcore server. They're playing by the same rules. Go for it. Yo, what up, Crix? Good to see you, man. How we doing? How we doing? Now we killed Baron, right? Let's turn this in. There was a ton of hate. It was an easy insult for haters. Yeah, there was a ton of hate, man. A ton of griefers, ton of haters. You know that guy that was griefing the guy that was griefing hardcore and posting all those cringe weeb videos up on YouTube? He actually played over Everlook. And he was ganking people, spamming like his UB macro, and I found him in Desolus. I was the undead rogue, he was the gnome rogue. He was way lower level than me. Camped him for a while. It felt so good, man. Change the release button to a transfer to a multi-life realm button, or honestly, I think it's more likely Blizzard would do the layer thing. I think they see it as bad, if I had to guess, that people's character get deleted. Well, what do you guys think? I'm too like washed as a streamer to know how to do like a fancy poll or something, but let me know what you think. Would you rather have it, if you died on a hardcore realm, for your character to get insta deleted, or for you to just lose a buff and you become a normal character at that point and you get taken off the layer and you're just a normal character? Think about it and try to like remove yourself from the idea that, you know, you're trying to preserve your pixels, you know what I mean? Like, you can just level another guy. Like, at least in my mind, part of the magic of hardcore is that there is something to lose. You lose. You just lost 3 days played of your time. It is gone. You have to go again, and you just, like, kind of embrace it, and you just do it and put one foot in front of the other. I think that sense of drama when some people do die is going to be lessened as well. But it's not a hill I'm going to die on, you know what I mean? Like, if it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. It would just be a preference type of thing, not really, like... anything more than that. Thinking about it, they probably would just layer on the same realm. Yeah, that's probably the most realistic thing. They come up with SOM 2 servers, you talk to the guy in the major city, teleports you to your own hardcore layer, and you just stay on that layer, and then once you die, you get taken off of it, and you join the rest of the server. No one Blizzard, that would be the most like realistic thing. But it would be sick for them to have our own hardcore server, right? What would it be called? Think about it, man. Just fantasize with me for a second. What would it be called, man? Something sicko, something awesome. Hardcore server, man. I mean, if they did a hardcore server, then it's possible they could do some custom changes for it. They're starting to get some heavy copium to think that they would do that, but it is within the realm of possibility. And we at this point, you know, like through Rested XP and just like we've worked on a lot of projects over the years, we do know a lot of streamers now, right? A lot of us do. A lot of us are like somewhat well connected in the classic scene. Like we could just sound the gong, man. If there's a SOM 2 hardcore server, straight rallying cry of the Dragon Slayer, the whole community, man. Light of a Loon. Sour Fang. Hey, what's up, Real Wild? This is a Bloodsail era. Path of Exile switches to a non-HC. Yo, so Path of Exile has hardcore? They have a hardcore mode in there too as well? Makora, HC server name? That's a badass one. I like that. Service should be Blenderer and Zorplox. It doesn't sound very Warcrafty, you know what I mean? But it would be kind of sick, yeah. Zorplox maybe does. Those are the two guys that died on Rag in the final push. That whole experience though was just crazy, man. Like some of you may not know what we're talking about, but what if I told you a year ago, pretty much a year ago to the day, I think it was 1 week apart, there was probably 10k players, probably 10k players that played SOM and did Road to Rag, and they were getting mowed down, man, on launch day. Just the alert was going off like crazy. And out of those 10k players, a small group of them managed to survive the entire time, get to level 60, farm full prebis, do their full dungeon set 0.5, farm up thousands of consumables, tens of thousands of dream foil and plague bloom and all that stuff, and lotuses needed to craft flasks for the entire raid, and progress through a buffed MC and full clear MC with no deaths.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Days and days played, 10, 20, 30 days played on these characters, never died. Didn't die in WoW for months at a time. Kind of unbelievable when we think about it.
Glad I could help.
Where to find the hardcore add-on? It should be on CurseForge. It should also be on classichc.net. Someone go there and tell me how many downloads it has total. Hardcore add-on.
Time is money, friend.
I think I checked one time and it was like a pretty shockingly high amount.
Hurry back.
People died and made another character to 60. That's almost more impressive than mental fortitude. The thing is crazy is even the retail Andes, they were watching Road to Rag when it came out. It was a huge thing, man. Everybody's watching. The Blizzard developers were watching for sure. And I know because they were like DMing me at the time, like wishing us good luck on the day. Dude, everybody was watching that. 88.3k. 88,000 downloads of the hardcore add-on. Holy sh! That's crazy. Remember when Def Camp spoiled it 10 seconds before the kill? What do you mean? You know Def Camp started playing again, right? He started playing Wrath again after like a long hiatus. Brother Def. $90k downloads, hell yeah. I'd 100% play hardcore if it wasn't an official WoW. If it was an official WoW server edition. Yep, I don't want to go through the hassle of setting up the mods. And trust me, bro, we don't want to go through the hassle of having to like enforce like some makeshift rules. Make the server, disable res, let's all have a good time and just play it. That's it. Then like, you know, the whole community push is basically completed at that point. It's like an official form of WoW, and
What's up? Have a good one.
that'll be that.
Be good.
He's saying yeah, this is Bloodsail era right now, yep. How many people are on Alliance right now? Alliance is way more populated. Right now, as we speak, Alliance is trying to clear BWL. They're not in BWL right now, but they're leveling up right now, getting ready to do BWL. If that's interesting to you, you should definitely, like, you know, get in there. Horde side right now is very small and just a small flame flickering. Let me do a /U right now. Let me see how many are on the guild. 30 right now on the guild. It seems like a lot of people are joining those. A lot of people like new, low level and stuff. Oh, bro, Amanda's in there. Nice. But let me do /U on the entire horde on the server. 1 to 60. 50 people online, which is the max, so there could be more than 50, I guess. Let's go guild. Most of them are victory or death. So this server right now, Bloodsail, is basically a hardcore server. I mean, it has been for some time, right? But even some of these people who don't have a guild, like this guy's like an HC in his name, like these guys are probably HC, I would imagine. Duranosaur reroll again today. But yeah, man, I mean, Wrath is pretty much raid log mode, right? Even when Ulduar comes out, couple hours, clap out all the content. What else are you gonna do? Let's actually just relax and enjoy the world of Warcraft. You remember that when the world was the main character in the story? Vanilla is the only version of the game like that, right? Unless you can think of another one. That's why I enjoyed it so much when they, you know, them buffing up the mobs and dungeons. It felt like the world was center stage again, and you're just like a pawn in it. It's quite nice. Buy a gnarled staff? I don't need a gnarled staff. I got a crescent staff, brother. Using shipment. No way, Dick for president. Thank you very much for the 20, my friend. I'm so happy I caught you live doing HC. What's good, my man? Yo, things are good, brother. Things are good. Yeah, I'm still around. I've been playing Wrath. I've been playing some Everlook as well. It's really good to see a lot of familiar faces. Thank you so much for the 20, man. It's so kind of you. Happy holidays. Yeah, we're on Bloodsail Con. Everybody's invited to if anybody wants to get the flame going and start building up our ranks again. And you know, we need some help. If you guys
I'm so happy I caught you live doing HC. What's good, my man?
Hey there. Just passing through?
We need some more help as far as like coming up with a strategy as a community of how do we shoot our shot with Blizzard. Is it a petition? Is it some kind of, I don't know, like how do we have a show of force of how many people that would play hardcore servers and show them that, hey, there is enough demand there to like justify it and it really wouldn't take too much work. You throw us a little bone and we will fucking world buff the entire community and get like, you know, thousands of players playing it. By the crossroads. Does death count if you get ganked by level 60? So, hardcore has traditionally just been on PvE realms to avoid that, but if you do, like, you know, mess up and flag yourself and make a mistake and level 60 kills you, yeah, it does count. Send them a video with stats and some personal vlogs.
What's up?
Someone was telling me today that Joker D, if you guys follow him, he was saying on stream a few weeks ago that you know, he really enjoyed Road to Rag, and he'd be down to do it again, something like that. The crazy thing to think is all those, even those big streamers, even Grays had like thousands of viewers CC like at the same time during Road to Rag. People's numbers were way up. Like, it must have been extremely entertaining to watch those death clips every day. I can only imagine all the compilations that were forming, level 60s. Like, we should just sit down and watch some of those death clips sometime and just go over it. I feel like that'd be kind of like fun. Just see like some of the dungeon deaths and just relax and reflect. I wouldn't mind playing some classic, but not really into HC. Yeah, I feel you, bro. I love vanilla as well. Like, if Psalm's coming out, if Psalm 2's coming out, I'm not only playing hardcore. I straight up just love playing vanilla. And the problem I have with hardcore compared to regular vanilla is it removes a large piece of the fun of like being able to push your character to its limit and like pump and stuff, you know, like, because you can't really pump in hardcore. You know what I mean? You're just gonna die and that's it. I do like having a character that, you know, is an investment of your time and stays there, and you can continuously actually play the game and go PvP. I've really enjoyed that on Everlook, just doing world PvP. And hardcore's missing all of that, so I would honestly play both. Gun to my head, I probably enjoy just normal vanilla gameplay more than hardcore. On fresh, at least. Just vanilla, just out of the box, it's so fun.
Hail.
By level 15, food and water. I'll just buy some 15 water.
Be careful.
There is a classic Discord server. A Grend, a Blizz employee, is even in it. It seems that Mankirk is biggest, but Whitemane has decent horde pop.
Yeah, it's true. Honestly, it's possible I would roll a guy on there. It's possible. But the servers have been around forever. Everybody has everything. I just, man, I want to hit like an actual classic fresh, man. Thanks for the vibe though, Scruffy. Yeah, a Grend was actually playing an Obsidian Edge back during Road to Rag. Oh, I didn't use Zebra. And he was in contact with us and like cheering us on and stuff, and just being like really supportive and stuff. Big shout out to that guy. That guy's awesome. He's a developer and producer at WoW Classic. I think Blizzard should do what Jagex does for OSRS and pull everything. Dude, I agree, man. I wish there would be a way you could run a server and run a community in like a decentralized way. You know, take advantage of some blockchain technology or something, like remove all the crypto from it, but just find a way to decentralize running a server and have it so that all the GM logs, you know, player commands, player logs of what items are being added, who's getting banned, you know, all of those things are transparent and you can look at them on the blockchain or whatever it is, right? Like, that information should be publicly available. Anybody with GM or admin commands or anything like that, all of their actions should be on a blockchain somewhere. And like decentralize it so it's not just like, you know, one entity running a server and they're pretty much, you know, it's pretty much not going to be like fraudulent or corrupt or anything like that. Kill some zebras. What happened to Alex, bro? Where is he? Seemed like he had big plans for Wrath. Nah, no clue, brother. No clue. But historically, looking back on things, there will likely be another arc to the Alexandrial saga. So I have to say, it's one thing that was really funny though. I don't know if most of you probably didn't play Everlook, but on this private server Everlook they launched recently, they put a homage to him in there, and I thought it was a really like funny touch, and a lot of people really appreciated it. In Ashenvale, if you guys remember that like 1700 versus 25 druid meme, where like, you know, Alex was playing a 25 druid and he was getting like kited around by the hunter. The clip has, you know, hundreds of thousands of views on it. But they, right where his hunter died in Ashenvale, or right where his druid died, they actually put his druid there like face down dead, and they put a hunter dancing. They're like untargetable. But I put it in as like a little monument to the meme. It's a pretty funny touch, man. Shout out to Wall for doing that. It's really cool. It's, you know, it's pretty harmless, and it's like, it's a little tribute to the private server history of old. Yeah, it's in there right now. Is this old Bloodsail Buccaneers? Yeah, man, yeah. This server has had so much history on it, man. All those ding parties, myself and Grays and Voivod. Oh, Voivod's playing it really too. I saw him come back. All those ding parties. Every single chapter of Hardcore, it all took place on this server, and it's still around, it's still kicking. You know how they were selling those server blades? At the time, I didn't really get it, why anybody would want those. I kind of get it now, man. Imagine they sold the Bloodsail server blade. There's, like, apparently servers, maybe it doesn't work like this anymore. The technology might be better. But at least they used to be like a physical thing. It looks like a freaking like graphics card. The servers. Yo, what up, Nick? How you doing? How you doing? I'm approaching 52. It's starting to feel like a real grind, though, with no questing hubs at Thorium Point. I feel you, dude. Yeah, no Hinterlands questing points, no Thorium Point. So on Everlook, they're using progressive itemization 1.2 patch, which is Mysteries of Maradon to start. And this was absolutely mind-blowing to me. But can you guys imagine a Molten Core? Where you go into Molten Core, there's no loot from Major Domo, so no Anathema, no Benediction, no Rock Dalar, no Corehound Tooth, none of that. But there's no Onslaught Girdle, there's no Perdition's Blade, there's no Bindings. Bindings don't exist until 1.4. There's no recipes, no Lionheart, no Elemental Sharpening Stone, no Acura, Biznix, 24 Scope, whatever, Hunter Scope. All the recipes are gutted. No Toep. There's so many. It's literally like half the loot in MC isn't even there. So you're just dealing with absolute scraps. You know what I mean? Some they added like an extra piece per boss, but on, you know, on Everlook it's like it's gonna be a few pieces and half the gear's not there. It's just crazy to me, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think progressive itemization is kind of bad, except for the PvP gear being buffed later. I think it just gives the server, it gives a lot more like spotlight to a lot of items. Like Devil Sword is stronger for longer, but a server that didn't have progressive itemization other than the PvP gear would probably be like my just personal like favorite type of thing. Som did the opposite, right? Som had rank gear available from the jump. It had 0.5 dungeon set 2 gear from the jump. And who played Som here? How long was Devil Sword good for on Som? It was never good. It was just pretty much outdated from the start. You could use it from like level 53 to 60 and run a couple dungeons, then you finally get your like your dungeon set 2 and then it's over. There's a lot of items like that. It was just kind of useless, you know what I mean? Your dungeon set 2 is pretty strong. I really enjoyed doing that quest lines though. I never really did those before. And like making that honeymoon phase of the Prebis grind, which is like most people's favorite chapter of the game, making there more to do in that phase because you had your entire D2 set that you could pursue, as well as like doing all the Dire Maul and stuff. That was pretty sick. So I'm just a big vanilla enjoyer. If they do it that way with Som, where like the pacing is increased and they have all this stuff there, that's its own unique vibe and it's pretty fun in its own way. But if I had to choose like my favorite proprietary blend, it'd probably be
Add-ons you use for buffs, debuffs? Still use dominoes?
for buffs and debuffs, still use dominoes. Here's my buffs and debuffs here on the left. I actually just use an add-on called Move Anything. Yeah, it's just a pretty flexible add-on. You can just move any part of the UI around wherever you want, and it's just kind of annoying for me to look top right to see all my buffs and debuffs. So I just moved them a little bit closer to my player frames. This is what the add-on looks like. This looks like right there, move anything, and you just do like enter / move, and pulls up the menu. Action bars I do use dominoes, but I have them hidden from you guys, so you can't see them right now. Thank you for the 2 though, Pumpkin. You tried Turtle Hardcore yet? Nah, I never tried it. It's one of those things though, if I had nothing else to do, if there wasn't Classic, if there wasn't Everlook, I probably would play Turtle. And from the outside looking in, I feel like out of all the private servers I've seen, Turtle looks like they respect the original art style the most. I do feel like they genuinely love Vanilla a lot, the people over at Turtle, and the changes in zones they made are like really from the heart. And I feel like they do respect the original art style, and it doesn't look like a clown fiesta. Where, no disrespect intended, but when I see like Ascension and stuff, Ascension just looks... It just looks hot garbage to me. I'm gonna keep it a $1.50 with you right now. Ascension just looks like straight up like clown fiesta fun server. But I've never tried it myself, so take it with a grain of salt. Yo, what's good, Bobka? Good to see you, brother. Gordon Ramsay? Yo, Gordon Ramsay. I have been, because I've been on Everlook, right? And I'm on this rogue. I've been watching all your Lotus videos, man. All your Searing Gorge Lotus tutorials on how you AFK get Lotus. I have been binging those, brother. Yeah, you were Lotus God X in Classic. Gordon Ramsay had hundreds of Lotus. He was just giving them to guildies like super cheap because he was just a god at farming Lotus. He had it down to a science, man. Don't you wish that was real life though, Gordon? Like, imagine you could do that for real life somehow. Like, I don't know what it would be, a diamond mine in real life or something, but dude, you had it figured out. You were just basically like a Rockefeller, Vanderbilt, robber baron of the server, just hundreds of Lotus. Each Lotus probably selling for like 70 gold or something. Crazy, man. Yo, Caligula, thank you very much for the tier 1, bro. Great to see you, brother. Great to see you. Possible another little hardcore arc starting. We'll see how it goes. Nothing too ambitious yet, but we're trying to bolster our ranks up. Psalm 2 possibly on the horizon announcement, something like that. But I think those, like the TLDR, my thoughts on a lot of the next chapter of hardcore. I think if we had a conversation with Blizzard, somehow got their ear, and we had a really thought out presentation, a big, spreadsheet that shows all like the streamers and people who would be down to roll on it for sure, and we showed them like, we can make a big splash, because we did it, right? We did it with Road to Rag on Som. They saw how big of a splash we made. I was talking to Tactics today. He thinks we could make a bigger splash potentially. You know what I mean? Because we know a lot more streamers and stuff now. It's possible, man. It's possible. We go to them and go like, we have this many people playing on Era right now. We did it for Road to Rag. We're down to go again. But we need a little bit more, right? We need a little bit more hardcore support, like either a server or a layer or something like that. And then you basically create the no pixel. You create the no pixel of WoW. It's not quite the same. There's no proximity voice, and it's not as RP and stuff like that. But in my mind, at least, it would be the same. Of like, it's almost like a TV show tuning into it. You tune into this like special weird server, like with like this different rule set, right? No respawning, and you're just, keck popcorn, watching all the deaths and drama and griefing and all that. I think it could be really like a refreshing, like different angle of WoW. Yo, dinner with Chad with the Prime. Thank you, bro. Prime for 2. SL Pegasus with the Prime for 12. Jeez, dude, I forgot you can actually like... Literally forgot you can like get financial support from streaming, man. It's been so long. What's up, boys? That's actually pretty awesome. I've been streaming on the unmonetized the burner account for a little while now. Oh man. Is there an HC guild on Bloodsail? Yeah, there is. Of course, man, of course. Victory or death, of course. 38 online. 8 more people came online in the middle of the night. That's crazy. Damn. Growing again, man. Growing. Alliance is where most of the people are, though. There's probably like 100 online right now on Alliance. Yeah, good to see everybody. Thank you very much for the support, guys, for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. I'm definitely starting to feel like I'm definitely starting to feel like a nobody in the WoW community. You know, I had my time in the sun with Classic and stuff and all the guides, but yeah, it's just a different beast now, man. It's a whole new generation. It's a whole new wave, right? Even the Classic players are basically like retail players that are playing Classic on the side, it feels. You know, it's so unrecognizable to how it was, you know, in the hype leading up to actual vanilla Classic, right? I've like said this story like many times, you know, but it was just such a magical time, man. It felt like such a big win for the community. A lot of us, even in the chat right now, some of you remember the days circa 2016, 2017, or maybe 2015, 2016, where the conversation of the day in World Chat was, you know, do you think Blizzard will ever do legacy servers? It wasn't even a thought, man. People didn't think it was even a possibility. People were still playing this game with no chance in their mind in hell that Blizzard would ever do real legacy servers, right? I missed that. That was sick. Then watching the announcement come out of complete left field, it was insane, man. Absolutely just crazy. Cargo's I quit, please no stop tempting to me. Nah, dude, it's over. It's over. You already heard the Barrens music. It's GG, bro. Just crushing marriages. Crushing careers right now. The Barrens ballad is playing, man. GG. A couple more years down the drain, dude. Let's turn into Zebra. I was raiding in WoD and everyone in the guild only talk about what they were doing on Nostalrius after raid, bro. I know, man. It still feels like yesterday to me, which is kind of sad. You know, it's just life is just going by in the blink of an eye. But I remember getting into this. You can go on my channel right now and go to old ass videos, and you'll like literally watch this entire thing progress. There's a video called, you know, Fresh Vanilla WoW or something, and it was my video talking about how hype I was to go play on Nost or whatever, right? I was like, dude, this is so sick. And I was leveling an Orc Hunter at the time, watching all, you know, the podcasts at the time, and watching just the very few bare bones content at the time on how the classes were in vanilla and how everything was. It was just so exciting, man. The Nost piece of rare was pretty awesome. Yeah. You and Grace just had to go with the Mud Hut faction now, make me want to make a Horde character now. I mean, it's all good, bro. There's plenty of people on Alliance as well. How's the little one doing? Oh, the little one's doing great. She's starting to walk on her own now, which is really awesome. She's just too cute, man. I know a lot of you guys feel the same way about your own kids. Like your brain kind of just short circuits when you see them. They're so freaking cute. So they're just so like sweet and innocent and everything. It's awesome. It's been really fun. 57 on Ally at the moment. Nice, nice. Horde catching them. Horde catching them. Horde catching up. Love to see it. Did I upgrade full 8 slots already? I did, yeah. I feel like my gold's in a pretty good spot right now. This run, you guys didn't catch the first part of it. I had 7 6 slots when I left the starting zone. Oh, no. It was 7 total. I had like 5 or something leaving the starting zone. Then I got 2 more outside in just like broader Mulgore. Got Demon Scarred Cloak. It was just so blessed, man. Everything about this run. As you can see, I got my Sticky Glue. I got my Slumber Sands. I had to use one Swiftness spot. I would have died. I pulled Rock Bane in the Barrens. I almost died. Got the Faintly Glowing Skull. Pretty sick run. Dude, I would love a bag right now. Yeah. Sometimes you just... Oh, man. I got this weapon crate, too, 3 times. And I got the high roll on the first one. I came here and I got the 2-handed axe and got like 8 silver or something. Just right off the rip when I made this character. I was able to buy a walking stick like insta. It was just such a sick run. One of the luckiest runs I've ever had, actually. This guy. Then I go into Wailing Caverns, get Stinging Viper and Seed Cloud Buckler. Come on, man. I'm gonna die a horrible death. It's probably gonna be here again. Nope, someone took it. Nope, it's right here. Weapon crate. Bless. 2 into dex, 2 into dex, 2 into dex, 2 into dex. 2 into dex. Nah, I got the bow. Still 4 silver though, not bad. Not using the shield and one-handed mace you got in WC. I can't equip them yet, bro. 19 and 20. I went into WC at like 16.
Strength.
Craft a couple of band-aids. Get rid of some of this linen cloth. Yeah, I can't wait, man. Yeah, good to see you, Striker. The little one's doing really good. The Horde Survival Kit, Slumber Sand, Sticky Glue, and Faintly Glowing Skull. Yup, you already know, Jordan. You remember, that's the basic opener right there. The Orc Warrior HC run a few years ago was legendary. I'm excited for this. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Historically, I've done very poorly on Shamans. I can't seem to stay alive on this class. I think it's in part that you don't really have oh shit buttons as a Shaman. There's no bubble, there's no big cooldown you can press to escape. You also don't have much pushback resistance on your heal, right? You just have to kind of sit there and hard cast heals on yourself, so you're pretty susceptible to being like kicked or bashed or silenced or something. And then 3, a lot of mobs in the open world have a lot of nature resistance for some reason. So if you level a Shaman and you're trying to, like, you know, count on your earth shot getting to interrupt the cast, so much of the time it just gets resisted and you can get fucked up that as well. Those are my main issues, but I'm playing Tauren, so Tauren at least has War Stomp, which is the closest thing to a no shit button I have, so I can kind of just like War Stomp, Earthbind, and run away with Ghost Wolf, hopefully. Seems like Iron Lad was just yesterday, a truly legendary era. Yeah, it's been really crazy to see how it goes. I mean, the crazy thing about hardcore now is it really doesn't need me or Grays or any of the original people that were kind of there. It's already got like a mind and brain of its own, which is really awesome to see, you know what I mean? If I got hit by a bus tomorrow, hardcore would just keep going and people would just keep playing it and stuff, you know? Like in the early days of it, you kind of needed some people to like spearhead it, but there's like thousands of players that play it. The add-on is sicko, man. 88k downloads. Even got some official support in SOM, so really love to see it. And there's certain people that have basically just played hardcore this entire time and never changed. Those people are built diff. Like I still play the game normally as well, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Jordy, Nam, and there's a ton of other people as well, but they're just all in with the hardcore. They're not even playing normally anymore for like years now. Cargos, you made my night though. You're off the grid for good. I have 2 hours of work ahead of me. Glad YouTube sent me a notification. Hell yeah, John. No, I'm here, man. I mean, I don't know, guys. In some ways it's liberating. I really don't care much anymore about like views or subs or really anything. Like this is purely just like, you know, like I'm working mainly with Rest of XP now and growing the business there, and that's going really good. Like I'm just like a community member like you guys, which is kind of nice in a way. Like I really don't care about like basically like I'm just not a content creator anymore, man. I'm just a dude who plays the game, and I'll press the go live button and whoever's there is there. But that whole like arc is over. You can War Stomp and Insta Ghost Wolf eventually. Yeah. At 20, I should be able to. I'm already investing into Imp Ghost Wolf right now. So that'll be nice. Nam is Undisputed Goat. That guy has 19 successfully completed hardcore runs. Build it. The value of each talent point in hardcore is so fun, seeing everyone take all the survivability talents or do weird hybrid builds. Bro, the talents in Vanilla are just goated. Like, I don't know if it's just me. Maybe some of you guys are still out there. You still have that fire in your belly when you play Vanilla. Vanilla is just so fun, man. Like, you can sit here and get all like academic about it and talk about it, but the game is just fun, man. Pressing your buttons, the whole pacing of everything, especially when you have good people to play it with. This game is just, we could play this game for the rest of our lives, boys. Yeah. There's just so much to do. The classes feel great in a lot of ways, and there's a lot of really like interesting and fun interactions with the talents, and Yeah, it's a slower game, and some aspects of it can feel a bit dated, but I don't know, man. It's just really fun. Really fun and really comfy. Even hardcore raiders are missing vanilla Wrath, man. I mean, Wrath is just like TBC, man, and Cat is going to be the same. It's all... Maybe I'm playing the game wrong, but for me, when I play Wrath in TBC, I'm just sitting in the city. I log in. I go to auction house. Buy my flask. Buy my consumables. I press 1, 2, 3. I get summoned to raid. I press the buttons. I try to get some pinks. I try to do a little bit better than the week before. You know, it's like 2 days before reset. Hit up your arena partners. Let's go cap games. Cap games. That's about it, man. You know what I mean? Like, that whole desire to sit in the crater in the rain and just, like, wait for Devil's Sword spawns and try to fighting for Lotus or fighting for world bosses, or just going to pick up your full suite of world bosses and sneak into the fucking mountain. Like, that's just gone. What is that? What do you call that kind of gameplay? All that gameplay is gone. Like, you just don't care about the zones. There's really no desire to be there. It's just the world, man. It's the world. And I actually like the game when buffs are such a big deal. Buffs and consumes. That's a huge part of the fun of it for me, man. In vanilla, you can be as powerful as you want. If you have enough gold, you can spam Flask of Distilled Wisdom and just print mana like an ATM. You know what I mean? Oh, is this a rare? What is this? Stone Arm? Okay, I think we can be fine, actually. We're kind of high level. We have Crescent Staff. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. Oh, yeah, we're blasting. Guys are done for. You can be as powerful as you want. You can have every consumable under the sun. There's different trinkets you can rock. You're cycling through your trinkets. I don't know if you do that in other versions of the game as much, right? You're cycling through your offhands, your trinkets, your buffs. There's like a limitless amount of buffs and consumables you can add to your character, and that makes it so the game is less templated. That you don't. It's almost like the balance. The game is the most balanced because you can use all this stuff, right? Wait. Still November, Cargos. Have you been on the PSL grind? Yo, not so much, actually. This year I've had record low PSL numbers. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I've been drinking a lot of matcha green tea. But I'll have it with a coffee. It's like my thing right now. I'll go to Starbucks forever and I'll get one matcha green tea. And then I'll also get like a quad shot latte or something like that. So I'll drink like this nice matcha drink, and then I'll have the coffee after, or I'll do it the other way around. Is Bloodsail the more popular server for Arrow? Yeah, it is for sure. This is where it all started. The thing I also, oh, I hate to see it. Another one down. That'll get you wired. No, I need it, bro. What was I gonna say though? I just like the. Oh, another one, man. Level 6. What got him in Duratar? Look at the sea of S. Look at that. Our brave brother, Homebound HC, has died at level 6 to Warlord Colcanis. You guys know who Warlord Colcanis is, right? Oh, the centaur over by the maps and the Solomon Spear. That guy is strong for sure. You get there at 6. Imagine dying before killing Rag. What a noob. I know, right? Bobka, can you believe that happens still, man? Like, what are your thoughts on it, Bobka? You realize you grinded to 60, never died one time, got full Prebis, got Thistle Tea, got full Dark Mantle set, like 8 out of 8, completed your entire dungeon set 2, had like double Doll Rens, completely pumper mode, and you were just blasting on mobs. You didn't really care about threat. You were playing hyper aggressive and you had tactics like racing for top damage. You like, that happened. That wasn't like a dream, dude. That's crazy, man. That was a crazy time. Like, people are sleeping on how like insane of an achievement that was. The world already forgot about it, but I still maintain to this day that's like one of the most insane things that's ever happened in the history of WoW. Is Ally BB still going for a rag kill? I think they're going for BWL, man. They're on some massive copium right now. I mean, I hope they can do it. Godspeed. But that's what they're trying to do right now as we speak. Big Ompi is back. He's leveling a warrior, like crafted gear only. Oh my god, dude. No way, man. We got the Payo raid? You're joking me, man. Payo, I love you, bro. Thank you very much for the host, man, and for all the good times over the years, brother. Payo, probably top 3 people I know in my mind who love Vanilla the most as well. Payo loves Vanilla. I know he's playing a lot of Wrath, but I know deep down, Payo, like every second of his stream, he's just wishing he could play Classic Fresh, like Vanilla Fresh. I'm telling you, man. He's one of the biggest Vanilla enjoyers I know. Yeah, look at all the PPCs. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah. I mean, everybody and their mother knows who Payo is, right? So, twitch.tv/Payo if you don't, but it's like saying, you know, go follow Asmongold or something. Everybody knows him, man. Payo, much love, brother. I don't know if some of the Payo fans know, but Payo and I go way back, man. We were kind of part of the same wave coming up a little bit with Classic. I never made it as big as Payo, but it was,
What do you need?
it's been an amazing couple of years, man. I'm so happy and proud of you, all your accomplishments, and how big you've grown your community and shit, man. I still remember watching him ganking people, same laugh, same exact personality that he is right now, with like 2 viewers on YouTube in Winter Spring, just undead row ganking people with like Death Ray. Oh, man. I wish I would get so many follows when I get a raid. Yeah, it's because I'm washed up, bro. I haven't streamed in a long time. It's a whole new generation of classic gamers now, man. Oh, man. Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the channel. If you guys, you know, have any questions or anything about what's going on, I'm playing hardcore. Is it safe to say that hardcore is kind of like a brand name in WoW now? That like if you just ask them, if you asked an average WoW player if they have heard of hardcore WoW, you think they would say yes? I don't know. Either way, we're playing One Life WoW right now, kind of returning to form and just doing another run. A lot of us are trying to like make a resurgence and a pushback on like on Era ahead of Psalm 2, so we can try to like really shoot our shot with Blizzard and try to get the conversation going about having like a hardcore layer, additional hardcore support. If you remember during Season of Mastery, they implemented like a Soul of Iron buff, kind of testing the waters with the hardcore One Life gameplay, and I think it was a success. People enjoyed it. It's kind of like win-win for the community, not much investment on their side of things, so we're trying to stay ahead of it right now and like bolster our ranks, get the community going again, get some people playing on Era, just like as a Psalm 2 waiting room, you know what I'm saying? Just having some fun, some chill runs. Like Alliance side is on some copium. They're going for BWL. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, man, if you guys, most of you guys just raid logged on Wrath, right? Clapping out 20 tier 7, hour and a half, and what else are you gonna do for the rest of the week, man? What else are you guys doing? If you're, you know, after you get all your Wrath raids done, playing some other games or what? Playing some game is figured out. Why waste your time? Yeah. So many of my WoW friends still shit on HC. Yeah, for sure. But I'm saying, man, I think I think they shit on it because they think it's make believe. Is my guess. They think it's like a, oh shit, look, a rare. Snort the Heckler. If there was real hardcore server or layer, would they shit on it still, Gordon? What do you think? Oh, he has a toxic spit ability. Interesting. If it was real, though, it wasn't some make-believe, you know, add-on community. Oh, let me show... Anybody still here from Payo? Check this out. Any PPCers left? Check this out. Classic hardcore add-on. It tracks, you know, the integrity of your character if you died and all that. There's actually just implemented this, a whole achievements pane. So when you make your character, it's too late for my guy now. But like when you make a guy, you can choose like achievements that you want to pursue, and then you like hit begin adventure, and this is all tracked as well. And if you fail it, it'll like announce it with like a voice thing in the game. It's pretty legit. ClassicHC.net. I'll put it in the chat if anybody wants to like give it a shot from the Payo's community. You know, once upon a time, Peyo actually made a hardcore character. But he was just getting griefed to shit, man. He's too big of a streamer. That's what I'm saying. We need hardcore server. If we get hardcore server, I'm pro-griefing, man. I'm pro-griefing. Fuck it. Grief the shit out of anyone you want. It's a hardcore server. The playing field is even. You know, you can fight fire with fire. Everybody's on the same playing field. If you want to kite Teramis, do it up, brother. But they're probably going to die. These griefers are going to die out because they're usually dog water at the game. That's like saying chess is all figured out, still play it. Yeah, I mean, people, you know, devote their lives to certain games, whether it be like a physical sport or whatever, and they just, you know, I don't know. Hardcore server would open so much. I missed these streams so much. There you go. What up, lady boy? How we doing? How we doing? Classic Plus gang, come on. You should get the loot frame week or so we can see what you loot better. Ooh, okay. If you have that, man, if you could DM that over, that'd be sweet. Or link the like the wag.io page with it. This is a classic era Bloodsail Buccaneers, the server that started it all. We're trying to get a little bit of a push going again. If people are still around, Psalm 2 waiting room. Try to get the gang together ahead of time. Absolutely a brand name now. Alright, we need Prowler Claws, Savannah Lion Tusks. We are NG and mining on this guy. Pretty much just the classic professions. HC Vanilla server would be Pog. Oh yeah, or just a layer, man. Just throw us a little bit of a bone. But if you guys are going to be honest right now, this is not our first rodeo, right? Many of us have just been playing the game for way too long. What are like your main issues with the game right now, guys? Like gripes that are hampering your enjoyment of it, or it could be Wrath, it could be retail. Definitely try to, like, you know, share some of that feedback. I'm pretty curious. That's one thing I've noticed for myself. I kind of play in my own little bubble and world, so like I could be pretty off base with a lot of like my takes on stuff. I'm not exactly sure if people are like really enjoying Wrath a lot, like if it's just like super hype and super fun right now, or like I tend to be like that person where I pump like really hard, like, and then feel like I don't have that much to do, but like in reality I just shouldn't have like played that much and like spaced it out a little bit more. So will always be RMT. Yeah. DK is too strong. All my WoW friends quitting. Fuck Wrath, fuck retail. Want more World PvP rewards. Time-gated, meaningless content in retail. Feels like retail. WoW's been just waiting for the next good MMO code for me since the end of Retail Wrath. How do you feel about Vanilla, though, Sebo? Like, have you just considered the idea of just like playing Vanilla over and over again until you're like until you're a senior citizen? RMT GDKPs. I'm starting to get pretty black belt on that stuff, though. I'm starting to think no server can figure it out. Bots and RMT. It's just almost inevitable. They're too strong, man. It's like the plague. It's just too strong. In reality, though, Blizzard should probably just permaban RMT, right? If Blizzard okay. Lots of gold buyers, right? A lot of people are gold buyers. It's all good. I got nothing to say on that point. But if Blizzard truly did permaban RMT, a ton of people who do buy gold would no longer buy gold if they actually believed it and there actually were real GMs. Hardcore bots? Nah, no shot. The bots would make it to like level 6 and die. Hardcore is just a different beast, man. There's no gold selling under that. I honestly think Blizzard does care about botting. I think they care about botting. I think it's just too strong. I think there's just too... They ban one bot and just 9 more pop up. And they probably do waves, right? Like, they probably could do a lot more, I would imagine. They could just sit there all day, every day, banning bots, just non-stop the entire day. But you still playing on Everlook? What are your thoughts on the server? Thoughts on Everlook? I really had a great time there. I'll try to back up from the beginning. It really gave me a lot of the same vibes. It gave me a little sliver of a taste of what if it was like pre-classic. Kind of felt like I was back in 2016, 2017. Kind of a small underground community. People feeling an obligation to promote the server and community and get people to come play Vanilla again. Another like small wave of content creators that were dedicated towards the project and really trying to like bring it up, and I really enjoyed that community feel. I thought they did a lot right with the server as well. Like I said, like they tuned the mobs way up so the world felt incredibly dangerous. There's a great faction balance, about 50-50 faction balance. Progressive itemization I didn't really enjoy too much so far as it stands right now, but there's some issues on it. Like basically, man. Basically, bots and RMT are just unstoppable, man. It's tough to run a server without it, and that's a big thing right now. And that's all I'm gonna say. Like, that's a big thing. That was a big draw to it, right? Banning GDPP, no RMT, no bots, and yeah, it's just it's just a shame that it's so hard to enforce, you know what I mean? It's a bit buggy. Yeah, there's definitely some bugs on it for sure. Yo, what's up, Korean? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Any news on Psalm Season 2? No, and that's a good thing, because we're here early to the party. Because, like I said, if a lot of us were waiting in the hardcore community for Psalm 2 to be like announced before we were gonna send it and start trying to like push for hardcore servers, but we were kind of realizing that if we do that, it might be too late. By the time they announce, like Blizzard's like a slow-moving corporation in a lot of respects, so by the time they announce something, the whole roadmap for the project has already probably been laid out, and it's gonna be pretty hard for them to like, shift gears. Sorry, let me bang on like all these bots on YouTube 1 second. So I think the time to start building the community up is now, like before the announcement of Psalm 2, before we even know if it's really out. Just start getting people back on Era, start getting them back together, and trying to hit Blizzard with like, shoot our shot with Blizzard as early as possible into the conversation about Psalm to show like, we're here, there's a demand for it. We have like a pretty wholesome community of people who really just like enjoy Vanilla, really enjoy, really passionate about the game, and would like to see this happen. I don't think it's going to cost them really too much at all for them to make a layer or a server. I mean, think of how many like dead classic era realms there are right now that they're still running in some way. We're in Bloodsail era right now, unchallenged. Do you raid in Wrath? Yes, I'm currently raiding on 3 tunes right now, just full clearing the content, about an hour and a half, and just all tier 7 done. And I got a warrior and 2 holy. Actually, I got a warrior, a holy pally, and a prot pally on Skyfair. What's up, Dan? No, this is not hardcore Wrath. It's just hardcore like Vanilla. The OG, man, the greatest game of our time, greatest game, the game of a generation, the game that started it all. I'm just a die-hard vanilla shill, man. Learned that about myself, that's it. Cargo's grief snacks 3 times every week. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, I love this game, man. I love the game, I love the community. I'm just glad we're still, able to play with other people where people are still interested. Would you ever stream your Wrath raids? I would, man, I guess. I don't know why I honestly don't know why. I don't want to. It just feels like pulling teeth to do that. I don't know if it'd be that fun to watch either, honestly. I think these are just the best streams, and you're just chilling, talking about life, talking about the game. Kind of at the point too where like I'm not really even trying to grow my channel or anything anymore. Like I do miss streaming from time to time because it kind of just gives you some sort of pulse and presence in the community, and it's nice to kind of just be like somewhat known in the community. But I'm not about to go make a bunch of like YouTube shorts and like React Andy shorts and stuff like. Turtle WoW's hardcore? Yeah, I heard about it. Deadwind Pass is the one zone that doesn't have a purpose. I bet you we could find reasons to go to Deadwind Pass. I'll tell you what, I mean, I grinded the ogres in Deadwind Pass is a pretty phenomenal grinding zone. My very first 60 I ever got in my entire life was a Dwarf Valley. And I remember hitting 60 in Deadwind Pass grinding those ogres. I'll challenge the chat right now. Find some reasons why you would want to go to Deadwind Pass, chat. Whether it be fishing or grinding or what have you. I bet you people are going to find it. But it is like the smallest zone. That's probably the hardest zone to figure out, you know, why you'd want to go there. To get the Swamp Asaros. Those ogres drop a recipe too. I can't remember for which one, I think for enchanting. PvP level 1 bot farming. I watch your old hardcore videos and work most days when I'm taking shit calls. Gets me through some real rough days. I appreciate that, brother. That means a lot, man. It really does mean a lot. I don't know, man. It's nice to know people appreciate it. I watch any of my old VODs for even like 5 seconds and I hear my voice and I just cringe. And I'm like, why does anybody fucking watch me ever? Like, but it's nice, man. I'm glad I can like help some people through some tough days. That's one of the things I appreciate most about streaming, where like even in 2 years' time, you'll look a lot different, right? Have you guys noticed about that? A couple years will pass and you'll see a picture of yourself or a video and you just look different, you know? And it's kind of cool. Like I even look back to early classic days. I go look at those videos, man. I looked younger, dude. I looked fucking. It's crazy. But I like how you can go back and, in some small way, it kind of immortalizes your life. Feels like there's some sort of blueprint of your life out there. The fishing quest makes you go there once. Oh, the master fisherman one, the angler one. Yeah, true. The community clearly misses you. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I don't know. I had a little bit of a time in the sun when Classic was coming out. All those guys are going crazy. It's just a different beast now, the whole content game. But I think Vanila, man, Vanilla needs more like stalwart defenders of it. This is one thing I've been noticing in the classic community is like I feel like we've lost a lot of pride in ourselves, guys. This could be a bad take, I don't know, let me know your thoughts on it. But I remember once upon a time when classic was announced, we were very, very proud of our community. We really felt we had legs to stand on. We appreciated the way games were played before and the old school style games, and we really like went to bat for it. You know, we were like Team Classic. And I feel like that was lost a bit. I really do. I feel like a lot of people like just meme on Classic these days, and like it's almost seen as cute if you still play Classic as opposed to, you know, just being a serious game like any other. You know what I mean? You go into Wrath these days, and it just feels like most of the players are retail players that are just playing Classic on the side, as opposed to how it was before. You know what I mean? Going into Vanilla, it felt like a huge win for the community, and the people at like the forefront of it were like, you know, seasoned private server heads, and people, you know, couldn't wait to get back to this style of gameplay. Wrath is the most raid loggable expansion. It happens. I mean, the thing is though, okay, compare TBC with Wrath, guys. What are you having more fun with? Compare Phase 1 TBC the phase 1 Wrath. I'm gonna wait a second. I don't want to lead the passer here a little bit. I'm gonna answer in like 3 seconds. I am having way more fun with Wrath phase 1 than TBC phase 1. I like how chill it is. It doesn't really require much at all. Like TBC still it was kind of expensive to raid. Wrath is straight quality of life. It is straight quality of life. Like you have to do nothing, dude. Like you respec just push one button. Like consumables dirt cheap. Flask like 5 gold for a flask. Wrath is just, I agree with you. It's the most raid loggable game. You just log in for like an hour and a half, you press a couple buttons, clear everything, get massive loot, and you're done. Where TBC is still, you know, I felt like you lost money while raiding TBC, and you kind of had to like save up some money for consumes, and you were kind of on a clock. You had to farm gold and stuff. Like Vanilla is too time consuming though. Depends what you want out of it, but yeah, I mean leveling to 60 on 1x. If you're trying to do so like at a pretty decent speed, it does feel like a full-time job. It takes a ton of time for sure. But some of us kind of have no life, right? Or we just work from home and like we love that, man. We're just built this. We love it. Just the leveling in vanilla, the fresh vibes. It's just goated. It just can't be beat. So fun. The other thing that I think retail doesn't have though, and I'm not sure why, is fresh. Is fresh on retail a thing? Is it a concept that even goes through people's minds? Or is there no interest? Because retail could be kind of interesting if there was some fresh server that like was a reset and people could like, you know, all start from the same page and stuff. I don't think that's a concept that even goes through the retail players' brains. And that's something I'm kind of proud of, is like a, you know, a classic and private server, you know, Andy and stuff like that. I love how we get so excited about fresh, and that the pixels don't really mean that much to us. It's more about the journey. It's more about the experiences, the friends we make along the way. You know, we're kind of foaming from the mouth for the next fresh. We're ready to roll up the sleeves and get in there, man. Give me 0.5x, fuck it, whatever it is. We're going to put the nose to the grindstone and get there. Like, I kind of think that's dope. That's one strength I think we have in our community that gives us a lot of like replayability and stuff. Intact raptor horn. Oh yeah, we're going out to the secret vendor over here. Nobody even carried who was world first 70 in Dragonflight. But why is that in retail? Why do they have no interest in fresh? Like if Blizzard started a completely pristine Dragonflight server, everyone level 1 and no cross server on it, you're telling me that people wouldn't be that interested to play it? From the retail perspective. I mean, a lot of us are classic Andys, so we can't even like understand the perspective at all. But I'm just kind of shocked that they don't do more of that. How many horde are on right now? 45. Oh, yo, it's increasing, guys. It's increasing. Yo, come, just fuck it, guys. Just get in here, guys. Just get in here, dude. Just boot up the old ancient classic error client sitting on your computer on your old hard drive. Plug that shit in, and let's fucking go.
What do you need?
Oh man, what server on Bloodsail? Bloodsail Ancient Buccaneers.
Go forth to victory. Go with honor.
Yeah, we're not going road to rag. We're not going Giga Sweaty. We're not doing anything too crazy. Alliances, Godspeed, Calamity, Godspeed. I hope you can clear BWL. We'll be watching with the keg popcorn ready. But it's just Psalm 2 waiting room, chill out, clear some dungeons, get a little pulse with hardcore going again, and get ready for Psalm 2. Put our best foot forward and shoot our shot with Blizz. So it's a fun thing to do on the side, you know, like if you're just raid logging in Wrath. What is Psalm 2? Season of Mastery. When it's Psalm 2, nobody knows, man. Nobody knows. We got to put our ears close to the ground, and we got to come up with a nice strategy as a community and how we can shoot our shot with Blizzard and try to get some additional support. They already put the buff in. They already put the achievements in for Psalm. And we do know that on the record, Road to Rag was seen as a positive experience for Blizzard's POV as one of the highlights of Season of Mastery. And it's probably one of the main... I imagine if they're like, you know, talking about it at the board table or something, they'd probably bring that up as a talking point. Like, yeah, the community is able to do like Was able to do that really cool event and stuff. So, how are we doing, Samaflange? Season Mastery is a nice idea, but I don't like it's only 1 year. You like the longer lifespan, or? Oh, I invited the party? Oh, I meant the guild invite, my bad. How do I get into the HC guild? Anybody can invite in it. You gotta download the add-on, though. You go to this site right there. I'll pull it up again. I know I've shown it a couple times, but I'll pull it up again because there's always like new people coming and going in streams. If you're new to the stream, if you just got here, just take a second, go like, you know, tab over to your browser and look at this. They just they updated the hardcore add-on. They added a lot of new things. There's actually a changelog you can see. Verification string, a new menu UI fixed. Teleport Moonglade fixed again for Druid of the Claw. Optimizations for level list. Optimizations for accountability tab. Dungeon list updated. Dungeon list updated? What is this? Dungeon list updated? There's some sort of dungeon tracking? Currency tab is now handled correctly. Self-made achievement updates. Self-made no longer fails you for equipping tabards or gear with stat bonuses. This is what they're talking about right here. They added this achievement system where all of these were like community-made achievements, like even simple ones. This was like, you know, Grace for Days. He came up with this achievement right here, King of the Jungle. Complete the hardcore challenge after killing King Bangladesh and having completed the big game hunter quest before reaching level 40. There's little fun ones like that. There's class-specific ones. And when you start your character, you can go through all of these and choose the ones that look interesting to you. And then begin your journey with them. There's like a button to begin journey. And all of that will go into this like obfuscated, encrypted string. And this string is able to like provide accountability of your character so that when you hit 60, you go to the site and you put the string in the field and you're able to like verify your character 60 immortal. Yeah. How many people did you have dying in other runs of MC? I'm not sure. So, like, the main rag kill for NA, there's 2 deaths. We lost like a druid and a pally died on it. EU actually completed it as well, right? I don't know if anybody remembers if there was any deaths for the EU gang. I can't remember, but I think they went back into MC later because there was still like a decent interest of the people playing. And they did end up losing a few, and they did Oni as well on Sam, which was kind of a shit show of a fight, and they lost a bunch there on Oni too. I think they lost like 8 people or something. We had 3 total deaths in MC on NA. EU had 2 total deaths and 5 deaths across 2 raids. Not too bad. Oh, and a druid died on trash. Yeah, aid, right? Some messaging was also terrible off the bat when your characters are looted after a year. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Psalm bloomer. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. Most people think Psalm was a disaster, I think. It's like how the community sees it. But I thought it was a pretty, like, a respectful first stab at Classic Plus. They did a lot of interesting things that shook the meta up a lot. Right? If you guys remember, they added unlimited debuff slots. So, you know, hunters and warlocks and stuff could actually play the game and, you know, use their abilities. It softened the meta a bit, so warriors weren't just Giga Chads. No world buffs, which I think this time around Psalm 2, for just playing like normal vanilla, I think there will be world buffs. They're going to probably put Chrono Boon in, and I think that's awesome. Like, I do think looking back on it, it was a mistake to not have world buffs in the raids because you're just cutting out a huge like swath of content from vanilla, and it's nice to have the most content possible in the game. But it is what it is. Ranking in from the jump was also probably not the best. Just put the server on a clock. They put it in because it was an accelerated server, but if we had another Psalm, I think most people would want something different as far as their approach to the ranking. World buffs with Chrono Boon is away. Yeah, I'm on the same page. Some people, like my buddy Durant, he's like die-hard world buff enjoyer. Like, he really likes the world PvP and emergent gameplay that comes with you know, having to protect your world buffs and get into the mountains, sneak in there with your raids and group up and mount up and ride together and the big, you know, world PvP fights at Black Rock Mountain. I get that. That's kind of the cooler side of it. The not so cool side of it is just like some cringe lord is like sitting somewhere where untargetable and he's just dispelling your world buffs, and you can create for some like really toxic interactions as well. I could live without like the world PvP associated with world buffs. You're still getting most of the value from it, where like there's a punish if you die in raid. You know, there's like some checks and balances of playing too greedy. You don't want to die and lose all your world buffs. And you can still play your character. That's the main thing, right? Probably the biggest gripe with world buffs is that people felt like they couldn't play their character. But you can just, you know, boon them up. Which I'm quite sure. The thing about Chrono Boon, too, is it was kind of expensive. Wasn't it like 10 gold per? Which was kind of good. It made it so you couldn't just be popping them like crazy. You know? If you wanted to restore your buffs, like you're spending like 20 gold essentially, because you're gonna have to, you know, pop your boon and then reboon it again. Yeah, it was like 10 gold per. What is a Peyo? Peyo is an icon. He's a classic WoW icon. He is one of the main faces and advocates for Vanilla WoW. He is a goat. Gold Sync is good. Yeah. How do you guys think Dragonflight's gonna do though? I know a lot of you are probably playing it as well. Like, I've just realized it about myself. Like, I honestly am just like a fucking WoW grandpa, dude. Like, I'm just doomed to the context of my time. Like, I like physically can't enjoy Dragonflight, even if it's an amazing game. I can try, but it's like pulling teeth, you know what I mean? Like, I would have fun if all my friends are playing it. They're like, let's go do some Mythic Plus, whatever. I'll make a guy and go in there and play with them and stuff. But like, what are you guys thinking about it? You enjoying it, or you think it's actually going to be like the saving grace of WoW? The zones do look pretty nice, I gotta say. I was, you know, doing some, just helping them with like the world first stuff a little bit. Saving grace, no? I mean, they redid the talents, right? Made it more like vanilla-like. What else they do? What are like the headline changes of Dragonflight compared to the Shadowlands? Okay, what's like the TLDR, like unique selling points of Dragonflight that's supposed to be game changers? Like, I remember hearing that the flying, like you can be a dragon now, you know, the new class, which, if I'm keeping it a buck with you, the class could be so sick, but I just look at the way it looks, and it looks like some sort of like NSFW, you know, scaly deviant art model. Like, and I like kind of can't even like get the stage 1 of it. Like, but again, WoW boomer, WoW grandpa, like literally doomed to the context of my time. I get it. I'm actually like, I'm doomed. I'm doomed, man. I'm just a vanilla enjoyer. Take it with a grain of salt. The Drac, their walk cycle is ridiculous. Yeah, but apparently like, the flying looks really good in it, right? People enjoy it. I think it's like just very fun to like move around the zones or something. Dragon flying, talents, took out all the systems that sucked. Nice, man. If Dragonflight was a 10 out of 10, everyone would be playing it? Dude, everyone is playing it. I think it's like the most played game and watch game on Twitch, isn't it? Dude, everybody is playing Dragonflight right now. Like, the viewership is insane, man. It is absolutely insane. It's a decent expansion so far because the drops. Oh yeah, the drops. That's pretty cool though. Blizzard is kind of like embracing, like creators, supporting creators more, like getting more involved with like Twitch and YouTube and stuff. Like not, yeah. They're like waking up with regard to a lot of that stuff. I think it's pretty good. Seems way more alt friendly. All right, give it a rating, guys. Out of 10. Dragonflight, how's it looking so far? I know most of you are playing it, man. Let's be honest here. At least trying it out. Unplayable? What the... I figured you're such a bloomer towards stuff, Gordon Ramsay. Like, it's unplayable? 1 out of 10. Wait 1 month. Yeah. You can't tell me 0 out of 10. Okay, you guys are all just doomed. You're just vanilla, just doomed to vanilla. Yeah, I guess we're all together. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's Hemiflange. I got a console key. Retail is not bussin'. Mid at best. Okay. X-Pack is 52-ish hours old. Give it time. True. Yeah. Because that's the thing. I never know, man. With these retail expansions, people do get hyped every time. And then it feels like a month later, like something just happens and they like hate it all of a sudden. So I just never know what to expect with them. I mean, as classic Andes, though, we want retail to do good, right? There's no world. It's purely disadvantageous if retail doesn't do well. It means like our overall game of World of Warcraft is dying. Like we want retail to succeed, right? We want it to succeed. We want it to do super well and flourish, so WoW gets, you know, billions of dollars, so they can keep the classic lights on as well. So we got to balance it, man. Like, can't be too much of a hater on it. You can never please everyone, but they don't have to. I think there's been a shift in philosophy. Watch Preach Gaming's video on his visit to Blizz HQ, talking to all kinds of people. Yeah. Alright. Reminds me of the mop so far, for better or for worse. One thing I've noticed from retail, though, is people seem to really enjoy Mythic Plus. I don't know if I've met, like, anyone in all the years of hearing feedback about retail and stuff that doesn't like the Mythic Plus system. I feel like it's just a straight-up win. And they're thinking about doing that in Wrath, you know? They actually said they're going to do some Heroic Plus type thing. Which seems pretty cool, because the sky's the limit with that, right? You can just keep, like, increasing the difficulty until you hit a brick wall. And it just gives you something to do. It's like a system that scales with the sweat of the players, you know what I mean? It's as sweaty as you want to make it. So that'd be pretty cool. Mythic Plus is great. Yeah, that's what I hear. Mythic Plus just needs to get rid of degrading your key if you don't make it on time. Yeah, I had no idea what that means. You might as well be speaking Mandarin, but... Gotcha. Hidden action bars? Yeah, hidden action bars. I think Watlook at Andes would rate Dragonflight high, and vanilla boomers like us are going to be haters. Yeah. I can see... You know, when you were little kids, you kind of thought like your parents and older people were haters on new generation of music. Like when we were growing up, it was almost like, you know, hip hop and R&B and like some of the early artists, like you know, Eminem and fucking like GTA was coming out, right? Like San Andreas and Vice City and all that. And parents were like hating on it so hard. Parents were hating on like games and music and media at the time. I can see it now. I can see like how that cycle works. You know what I mean? We're getting a little bit older and we're starting to become fucking haters on all the new generation of things. This is funny. What's the best props for a rogue in vanilla? Best props in a rogue for vanilla is herbalism and NG, in my opinion. One thing I've learned from playing all these vanilla servers is I think mining is trash. It's really fun. I know Peyo in particular, one of his favorite... He actually called me one time on stream, and he actually was like, yo, Cargos, you know what my favorite thing is in all of WoW? I said, what's that? I was like, because I always thought of Peyo as a big PvPer, right? I was like, what do you mean, like ganking noobs and STV? Like, you know, just, you know, world PvP? Is it, you know, world bosses? And he was like, no. My favorite thing in all of WoW, and he said this dead serious, rich thorium vein. And I feel him. There has never been a better looking ore in this game than a frosty tip rich thorium vein with smoke, just like just revolving around it. He just love. Is that his emote? He has an arcane crystal emote. Yeah, there you go. There you go. But mining is kind of trash, dude, compared to herb. Just the price of thorium is just never really great, man. It kind of just stays stable at a certain amount. Meanwhile, like potions are just become so expensive at some point, man. And just you can go like 20. You can do a bunch of runs and like jump runs in Darmal East and hit like 20 rich thorium and get 0 crystals, man. That can happen, you know. It just feels kind of bad compared to herbalism. Black Lotus fights Biss. Black Lotus, yeah. But that's the thing. I don't know if it's us being, you know, vanilla boomers. I don't know if they've ever done another set of herbs and ores that hit like the vanilla ones do, right? Come on, man. Think of all the herbs they have, like Plague Bloom, Mountain Silver Sage, Black Lotus. Even just Copper Vein, dude. Tin Vein. All of them are just so they're just so satisfying to just go tap it, you know. Ghost Iron and Mob, yeah, Swift Thistle. It's just so nice, man. Yeah, just iconic, exactly. Vanilla even managed to make old ass herbs fun, getting Blind Weed and Swift Thistle. Oh, yeah. Vanilla is just fun to play. Just linen cloth, man. Linen cloth, wool cloth, all of it. It's just classic. Oh no, level 17 down in the Barrens. What'd he die to? Let me see. Look at all the Fs, boys. That's a lot of Fs, man. I feel like we're in 2020 again. Shit. Damn, let me see what he died to. Whoa! 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 What is that? They actually changed the add-on. It like does something else too. This is an automated message that pops up as a result of the add-on. They added more to it. So he didn't type this about himself. He's not that, you know, that cringe where he's like, our brave brother. This is from the add-on. Our brave brother, Pumper Pan the Shaman, has died at 17 in the Barrens to a Sunscale Scythe Claw, so the raptors in the Southern Barrens. His last words were, Hezrul resisted my really sticky glue, and you can click it. This wasn't a thing where you could click items and stuff before. That's awesome. He had the one ring? Oh, no way, did he? Y'all not feeling Shadow Landium ore? There's no shot that's a real thing. Oh, that's Punker Pan, yeah. Knowing him, though, Grace, he probably has like 8 characters going. Some people are just weird. Or not weird, sorry. Some people in hardcore, that's their strategy. They go wide instead of deep. Which it actually might be kind of big, Brand. They make a lot of different characters and they level it up a bit. So, you know, like if one guy dies, they're not all in on that guy. They don't have to straight up go back to like level 1. They just keep a couple characters going, getting rested and stuff. It's actually kind of big, Brand. What server is this? This is Bloodsail Buccaneers. Classic era. Wouldn't that be kind of sick, though, if we became the biggest Classic era community again? Because Blizzard will notice that, right? They have to keep tabs on all the servers. Imagine they're checking in on the stats of all the servers, and they're like, Johnson, there's been a spike. Johnson, I need you to go down to control room and investigate the spike. Johnson goes down there, and he's telling Bobby about, you know, like there's been a resurgence in Classic era. And they're investigating. They're like, is it bots? No. Why would these players possibly be playing on Classic era? What is going on here, Johnson? Investigate it. There you go. Then they start talking about hardcore. Then it all snowballs. Alright, turned in Samaflange. And Bobby's like, what the fuck is World of Warcraft? Oh my god. And Bobby's like, what the fuck is World of Warcraft? Oh, you know, you mean that ancient asset? Get back to work on Immortal. Stop bothering me with small potatoes. My tinfoil hat theory is next Sam is when Classic Cata drops. I don't even think that's if we can harness the power of like having something to look forward to, though, that might actually be a way to jumpstart Era a bit more now. Like I'm telling you, man, when there's nothing to look forward to, it's kind of bad. You know what I mean? The fact that we're all like can get excited about the prospect of hardcore servers and the prospect of Psalm 2 having additional hardcore support, even that alone is kind of like a. It's kind of like a. It kind of gets people hyped up, man. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like you're fighting for something. Nice. Dude, my inventory is in bad shape. What do we do here? I have 4 scrolls of protection. Water of the Seers. This is a quest item from Mold War, right? Get rid of that. Console control operating manual. Do I have to turn that in? Samaflange. I can delete this at some point. I'm not sure if I can right now. Fire Sapta. No shot I need that anymore. That's got to be done. And I think I can delete the mana potions too. These things are with you, baby. You don't need the manual? Oh, even right now? I'm just trusting in some random Twitch chat guy. Thank you. First time in the chat. I'm going out on a limb, having faith in your knowledge, brother. Blizzard also got super influenced by Nostalrius. Yeah, they did, man. I just think it would be sick if they just... If they could license out the ability to do private servers in the same way. I know it sounds crazy, but like NoPixel is a perfect example. It's something you can look at that's extremely successful. It's one of the one of the most popular things on Twitch overall, right? NoPixel, the GTA RP server. You know what I mean? And Rockstar licenses out the ability to run servers, and the community is able to make like such dope things like that. But I mean, it'll never happen. It's almost pointless to talk about it. But that would be the ultimate Classic Plus, right? Just open up the sandbox, let the community who have so much love and passion for the game, so much time on their hands, so many smart people who are literally like legit like full stack developers, full stack like, you know, engineers, like massively successful executives and huge streamers and stuff. Like there's some giga chats who play WoW Classic. I'm telling you. Average WoW Classic player probably is like, I don't know, man, late 20s to mid 30s. Making some solid money, family, you know, got the mortgage, all that. Like this, we got time and money, man. If they can just let the dog off the leash, we could do a lot with this old game. We could protect its legacy and actually assure that there's going to be servers to play, and the game is in, you know, in good hands. But isn't offline vanilla already a thing? NoPixel does very well. 26, love vanilla, always have noise well. Yeah, you're like Grace, man. Same age as Grace. 26, man. Accept ignition. People say guild is maxed out? No way. Oh my god, it's maxed out. So there's more than 43 people on. Let me do a /A. How do I increase it? It's capped at 50. I can't tell how many people are on. So there's actually more than 50. There's more than 48 on. These, like, everybody is literally hardcore on the server. How do I I'm just a pleb in the guild, right? Yeah, I'm just a pleb. I can't even do anything, man. Who's the Guildmaster? Samwise. Oh, dude, my rogue is an officer. I actually might be able to, like, remove people on that guy. Yeah, I'll do it after stream. I'll go, like, kick a bunch of people out of the guild that, like, haven't been on yet. Oh, I need the ignition key. Okay, let's go. As in, no more invites? Yeah, we can't invite any more people now because it's capped at 1K. But just make a guy, you know, we'll invite you ASAP. Right after I end stream, I'll go, like, on my rogue and kick a bunch of people out. Look at my rogue, though, guys. Offline for 1 year. It's probably closer to 2 years at this point. Oh, Foreman Grills. Oh shit, boys. Oh shit. This is actually like horrendous. This is actually horrendous. I'm not even kidding you. I'm really not even kidding you at all. We actually might be dead here. This guy actually pumps, dude. Okay, we actually might be. I'm actually gonna sticky glue him. Sticky glue him. I have to use literally everything here to live. This guy is a fucking beast. And we have to, like, we actually have to run here. Like, I might even swift in this spot. No cap. This guy is built diff. He's killed so many players over time. I'm just running. Oh, we have a ton of guys here now, actually. I'm actually going to swip in this pot. I'm clicking it manually, too. That's more value than a health pot, because we have so many aggroed on us as well. Now we're out of swiftness spots. Gotta do it, though. Even after all these runs, my fucking heart is pumping. And yes, I just clicked those. I actually think it's straight up better than like keybiting it with those like really clutch things so you don't like fat finger them. Everything else is bound, don't worry. I'm not that washed. But yeah, Foreman Grills, man. We can kill him, but you have to clear out like a huge area. You have to clear out a huge area to kill him. And you have to like pump a lot of damage in him. You can't just like walk into him and like expect to kill him. First glue expended. First glue expended. I'm really glad I went and got those though. It delays your run quite a bit to get all this stuff, but you know, protects your investment. You know what I mean? You've seen like every Barrens rare today? Exactly, man. Playing on dead server. I'm just gonna clear out a bunch of mobs around here. I want like a massive fighting area to fight, where I can just run away safely too. We have to kill him. There's no way up. We need to get the console key, which is above. So there's actually another rare up top as well that I remember killed Gray. He spawns the mechanical sheeps. We'll probably have to fight him too. Oh, there's someone else out here. Leo paws. Okay. This is a pretty good area to fight. We've cleared out like everything. If we want to be safe, I'll clear this too. And then what are the best totems for this? It's got to just be... It's not Strength of Earth, right? It's got to be Stone Skin and Fire, whatever. Searing Totem. Okay. Oh, we got a homie out here. He just buffed me too. Nice. Let's see. Have Scroll of Protection on. We have like a decent potion as well. Like Lesser Healing Potion is kind of huge. We have room to run. Where is he though? Let me pull this guy. So much damage from the sheeps. Yeah, I remember Gray's died to the explosive sheeps. Where is he, boys? Mercenary, Drudger. There he is, there he is, there he is, there he is, there he is. Okay. There he is. This Searing Totem. Okay. We're gonna pump. We're pumping lightning bolts into him. Killed my Searing Totem real quick. Put a new Searing Totem down. We're actually blasting him. Did I just exaggerate this guy's strength? He was pumping me before though, right? Okay, well, he's dead. Supervisor Ludwig, like the streamer. Oh, Lugwizzle. pull this guy a bit back. Do we kill the rare up top too? That is the question. Get a green out of him? Kind of want to. Do not fight him. If you ever see a chow... Oh, I know who you're talking about, Gordon Ramsay. The guy in Stone Talon at the Venture Co area, right? That guy is insane. Yeah, you do not fight that guy. That's like a top 5 all of hardcore type strong NPC. Here, give me 1 second, wifey. Give me 1 second. Alright, we're gonna go kill this guy. That'll probably be it for the stream this evening as well. I'll like log over and kick some people from thing. I'm gonna help out wifey with the baby for a bit, but let's finish up by killing this this main guy. Be a nice little highlight of the run. Okay, I believe he's in here. I'm gonna clear out all this stuff up top. Yo, what up, Winky? Good to see you, brother. Yo, the guild is full, Winky. There's 1,000 people on. There's 36 online. There was like 49 a second ago, though. I don't know where they all went. Like 13 people logged out or something. Yo. Hello. Oh, this rare is mine, though, bro. I'm going for it. It's church vibes? No, it's not. No, it's not. Prove it, dude. Prove it. Prove it. Church vibes. If you're church vibes, what did I tell you? What did I DM you on Everlook, bro? Oh, there's the sheeps. Oh, shit, man. Yo, watch out, church vibes. Those sheeps are insane. These guys are kind of insane, too. No way that's church vibes. You guys know who church vibes is? He was server first Everlook, man. Guys built diff. Oh, hold on. Yo. If you're church vibes... What did I get so excited messaging you about on Everlook? The new client, it's him, dude. Hell yeah. Is he playing hardcore? I mean, he must be, right? Here's level 15. It makes sense. This guy's fucking built. He's probably got level 15 in like an hour. Damn. First HC tune? There is a leveling tourney soon. Oh, he's been part of the community. Oh, I see. You guys know who Church Vibes is? He's Progress. Progress, fucking built diff gamer. But he's also a 112 enjoyer. He was server first Everlook. Alright, bro. Safe out here. Hell yeah, dude. Salute the god. Progress Giga Gamer. On Blood Sale, holding it down. Keeping the torch lit. Love to see it. The 114 client? Yeah, man. I was super excited when I found out you could play Everlook on the 114 client. I was hitting up all the boys. I was like a kid in a candy shop, man. I was just... it didn't even make sense in my mind that you could do that. I was so excited about it. Yeah, he's the hunter on Alliance. He got server first Lupos because he was, the highest level, obviously. Hers called me at like 3 a.m. to go brr, 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 brr on the 114 client. Exactly. You know I got love for you if I called you like immediately and started trying to like tell you about the client. Okay, we gotta do ignition real quick. Man, I appreciate you guys hanging out. No cam, just playing like an ancient game. Much love to you guys. I think a lot of you guys are from Peyo's chat. A lot of you guys are from Peyo's like community. Much love to you guys. I don't stream much, but maybe that'll change a bit if we're making a push on hardcore again. I have been streaming for a couple weeks now on my burner account, but I love the classic / Everlook streams. Yeah, we had like 20 people watching the Everlook streams. It was pretty awesome. You gonna play Everlook again? I am, bro, but like I can't even. I'm kind of stun locked with Everlook. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. I honestly like can't say much about it because like out of respect for like certain people and stuff. But we're just gonna have to see with Everlook what happens, brother. I can't really even say much about it. I had really fun times there. So, what's the burner? It's just called Gargos on YouTube. Gotta DM me this burner account, bro. I enjoy the vibes. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. It's so nice, actually. So nice. Have some people that are still around that remember the good times. We're getting ready for a new SOM? Yes, we're getting ready for it. We're staying ahead of it. We're shooting our shot with Blizzard. We're doing a small little world buff, Rallying Cry of the Dragon Slayer, getting people back on Era, getting prepped up, getting ready for SOM 2, trying to hit Blizzard with that convo ahead of time. So at least we can say that even if they don't support hardcore in SOM, at least we did our best. You know, we were able to shoot our shot and put our best foot forward, and you know, try to flex as big of numbers as we could.
Hurry back!
That's all you can do at the end of the day. Any cleavers in chat? What up, Saturn? You're still alive, bro? Good to see you. Yeah. Cleave, the SOM guild. Cleave was a good time, man. Cleave was a good time. Have you been in communication with Blizzard all regarding HC servers? I was during Road to Rag, because like obviously there was so much hype back then and we were talking about it and stuff. But I'm kind of washed now, man. I haven't really been having like that many active conversations with them. I did meet a bunch of them at TwitchCon, which was cool. Met like Bornak and Kyvax and a couple of people on the team, and it's just so nice being able to meet those guys in person. They're so sweet. They're OGs, man. If you guys know Kyvax, right? He does most of the posts. Those guys are just like Chris Metzen type, you know, kind of salt and pepper beers. They've been around for a minute from the start of all of it. Just an old school like D&D, just built diff gamer from, you know, the previous generation. They're still around at Blizzard, man. They put their whole careers into WoW.
Time is money, friend.
There's still good people on the team. Kyvax is a G. Yeah. Yeah, it was nice meeting them. And the thing is, man, when we were talking to them, like Grays and I were talking about them, you know when we were talking at TwitchCon to the Blizzard guys, you know Grays kept talking about hardcore, right? Like he couldn't talk about anything else. Like it wasn't even brought up in the conversation. He was like, it's so funny. It was almost like awkward. He was bringing it up so much. They were asking us what we want out of Classic and stuff in the future, and it was kind of cool that it was an open conversation. It wasn't like they had everything figured out. They were like just genuinely like asking us what would you want to see out of the future. And Grays is just talking one life service the whole time. He's like, the thing is, so I play on this one live server, right? And like the whole meta is different, just changes the whole way you view the game and everything like that. Like the dude's kind of scratching his head. He's like, they actually did hear of Road to Rag. He was like, yeah, I think I saw that in the report back during like Psalm. Like they'd like heard of it, but like it was funny, man. That was it? I remember it being a bit longer than that. We walked like 10 feet.
Talk to me.
Well, alright then. Oh, Cat's Eye Emerald time? Okay. Yeah, I might be able to sneak a few more minutes in here, dude. We'll see. Did you really delete all your hardcore character vids? I used to use them to go to sleep, bro. There's still a bunch up, but I have probably have like 100 unlisted VODs on my channel from all the streams, because like pretty much every stream I do is like I'm restreaming YouTube, right, as well as Twitch. So almost every stream I've ever done is on YouTube unlisted. But one thing I found out today is if a stream is over 24 hours, it like bugs out and you can't watch it anymore. So I'm unable to watch the Road to Rag like launch and stuff, which kind of sucks. Is there an alive HCEU community at the moment? Yeah, I think it's on Wrath though. Wrath EU. I don't know if there's a classic one. There's probably not even a classic one for Vanilla. But I mean, you can play on Bloodsail, bro. It's honestly not that bad. Tactics plays here, and he has, or no, Azimus plays here. Oh, you guys know Azimus, right? Azimus is down to play a hardcore character. He's a pretty big YouTuber and stuff. He's the Look a Hype guy. You know, he does like he does the whole funny video series about like boosties and gold buying and stuff. I was duo leveling with him on Everlook, and we've been playing a lot together. And he's down to make a hardcore guy. It's pretty hype. I found a pretty sick skip after Cat's Eye Emerald if you want to see. Ports me right to the Hall of Legends in Orc. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, I'm down. It's a little logout skip, I bet, huh? From the cave? The thing is, why would it port you there? Because there's no graveyard. It usually ports you to the nearest graveyard. It ports you inside of the Chamber of Thrall? That's sicko, if that's true.
Fresh meat.
Halls of Legends is an instance. Wait, what? Oh my god, you're right. The PvP chamber. No way. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. So with logout skips, you have to be like a full character model off the ground, and you have to be considered underground by the game. So I assume, I mean, the only place to do that is in this cave. So there must be a logout skip in the cave that ports you there to that Halls of Legends, and you just gotta like find out what it is, and maybe you can explain it via chat. I was messing around earlier and found only one spot in the cave that works. I'll DM it to you in Discord. Is it a mushroom? I'm guessing it's a mushroom. It's probably one of those sticky mushrooms. DM me on Discord. Nice, nice. Oh, the roof of a tank. Gotcha. Dual Door will be super fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And then also we got to remember, right, guys, that Wrath is going to have its own version of Mythic Plus, which could be hit or miss. It could be absolutely insipid and just not fun at all, or there's a chance that it taps into even a fraction of the magic that is, like, you know, Mythic Plus in retail, and then people really enjoy it, and it becomes like its own world. We'll just have to see. Starting to get Woolclaw, that's nice. Gonna get the next rank of bandages. When do you guys think the Heroic Plus stuff's coming out, though? They didn't say, right? what's the new chapter? To summarize it for the new people coming in here, to try to give the elevator pitch. 1, they updated the add-on a lot. They now have full achievement tracking, so you can make new characters, look through all the achievements, find which ones that look interesting to you. There's class-specific ones. Punch in the achievements you want, start your journey, and it tracks all that. They've done a lot of work on the add-on. 2, we're trying to get a resurgence going on Era. Both Alliance and Horde. Alliance is going for BWL full clear. They have, you know, hundreds of active players. Horde's starting to get up there. And we're starting to get the, you know, bolster the ranks ahead of time for Psalm 2, and we're going to shoot our shot with Blizzard and try to put our best foot forward as a community and try to, like, you know, push for some sort of additional hardware support, whether that be a layer or a server or whatever. It's about that time. Because if we wait for Psalm 2, if we wait for the announcement, the roadmap for the whole servers might be done already. They might have it all figured out, and might be too late. That's pretty much it. What do you consider the strongest PvP class in Vanilla, guess? Oh, buddy. Cat's Eye Emerald on like the first 5 mobs. That's kind of blessed right there. Kind of blessed. Guess what I think the strongest class in PvP is in Vanilla. I think it's just an objective truth. I, honest to God, think it's Elemental Shaman. Like the LE Resto hybrid. If they have full consumes, no memes, no banter, they can 100-0 anyone at any time. You think Warrior's strong? Put a Warrior in full rank 14 gear, BRE, or Might of Menethil. Give him every piece of gear in the game. Anything. Fully kitted out. Full world buffs, anything. A Shaman will press lip and one-shot him, regardless of whatever gear he has. He's literally no way for him to interact with this character. There's no button he can press. He can't kick him. He can't fear him. If he just gets like 3 seconds of uptime on the Warrior, pink mist. That's all you see. Just a pink mist of plate. So strong, man. So strong. They can just one-shot anybody. On Psalm, we saw that. Like the best pre-mays just had nasty Shamans. Pompyro? I don't know. I think Pompyro's kind of bad. The burst is probably even less than Elemental Shamans. I'm not exactly sure why they do so much damage, because they only have Elemental Mastery like every couple of minutes, but I think just their little standard Wombo combo with Chain Lightning and it's just disgustingly broken. World of Rogue. Oh, we pulled 3. Can we do it? Hold on. We did focus, actually. I think we can do it. Okay, a couple misses, kind of bad. We're gonna go for a little heal. We're gonna big potion, and there's a disarm. That's bad, boys. That is bad. That is bad. He's dead, which is good. We actually might fucking Slumber Sand this guy. As cringe as that is, and I clicked it, but I don't want to die at the end of stream. We're in a cave, these guys run, they disarm. It's okay. I'm gonna just fully MP5 here. Burning through our consumes, man. Hate to see it. Yo, Irish, good to see you, man. A long time, bro. Been a couple of years. How you doing, Battle Bud? Yeah, Warrior's pretty strong, man. I just ranked to 14 on Psalm recently, though, and I went through all the motions. So I could be a little bit biased here, but interacting with Elemental Shamans was absolutely miserable. As a Warrior, you feel extremely confident versus everybody. Like, even against, like, mages, it's pretty bad, but most mages are kind of bad. You can kill them anyway. Elemental Shamans, there's just nothing you can do. They're so strong. Caves in HC are always scary. Yeah, big facts. Kind of sad, dude. We burned a slumber sand already. And we're down 1 glue, I think. Better than dying, though. Okay, we got 3 on us again. Tempted to just run here. When you have a slow two-handed weapon too, man, when you get misses, oh, it's so bad in hardcore. Lose a couple seconds of uptime, you're anticipating a certain amount of damage to connect, and you just get unlucky with some misses or a resist. It can just be so punishing. That's kind of the reason why I'm a bit excited to go sword and board. Just be a bit tanky and reduce that margin for error a bit. I already got the mace and shield set up. Oh, I can actually use Viper right now. I don't have a decent shield to go with it though. I'll just wait till 20. What classes do you hate facing as a warlock? Honestly, none of them. You own everybody as a warlock. If you're built for it, you have zero fear at any class. Like, you know, good warriors, if they have any sort of assistance, is really rough. I mean, but like just straight 1v1 warlock is just goated. Your number one enemy, the thing that you fear the most and hate the most in vanilla as a warlock, is soul shards. I'm telling you, man, until you play a warlock at max level and try like PvPing and ranking in any capacity, and you're just constantly out of shards, it traumatizes you. You never want to play warlock again. Didn't you get the Seed Cloud Bucker? Yeah, I got it. Next level, I can use both of these bad boys. I'll get Ghost Wolf. Hope your wife and kids are doing good, man. Have to stop by. Get back to work. See you around, brother. See you around, Irish. Really good to see you, my friend. Yeah, take it easy. Oh, yeah, this is Vanilla Sir Romina. Classic era Blood Sail. Probably going to wrap up here, though, guys. We had a good stream. It was really good to catch up with you guys. Much love to everybody who stuck around from Peyo's host. Almost 700 people across YouTube and Twitch. It's really, really like touching, man. I'm just like an old washed up relic of a streamer, and it's good to know that people still care and still remember. So much love to you all. See you on Blood Sail. Open invite. I'm gonna hop over my rogue after this, just real quick, and G-kick a bunch of people who have been inactive for like a year, clean it up a bit. And you guys are more than welcome here if you just you're raid logging on Wrath. You just want something to do. Everlook's a solid option for now. We'll see how that goes. And same with Era. Long live Vanilla. Long live 112. Best game ever. And we'll see you next time. Let me see. We're gonna host. We're gonna host Cheesy Goodness. Cheesy Goodness. He's also streaming hardcore right now. He's a hell of a dude. I think you guys are gonna really like his channel. So let's go ahead and set that up. Cheesy Goodness. Probably Everlook top. It's like 7K. 7K at peak time. Might be a little bit higher. Who knows? But a lot of bots. Demons going into that. So much love, guys. Really be safe out there on your IRL hard.